We are Brap. We are live. We love gaming, and we have an awesome show in store for you all tonight. We got Xbot 448 in the house. We got a lot of Xbox related news to talk about. Finally, we have prices. It's September. We have prices. We have a pre-order date, and we're just waiting for Sony to step up to the plate and respond. So, on that note, let's get the show started right now. God, I love that intro. I love that. Love the music every week.
Yeah,
love it.
Music.
Love it. I'm always bobbing my head. But welcome everyone to another Basement Radio Arcade podcast. Again, we have a great show in store for everyone tonight, and we have a special returning guest. It's been quite some time. It's somebody that I've been on his podcast, and I've podcasted them quite a few times on the Mooch's Crossfire podcast on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have Xbot 448. Xbot, welcome back to Brap, sir.
What is up, people? Yeah, you know, Enrique. Yeah, it has been a while, man. I was wondering, you know, how I got the call, why I got the call. Then I realized, man, it's been such a slow week when it comes to gaming news. You brought me in for entertainment, right? That's why.
Yeah,
it's entertainment, man.
Entertainment, you know, the charisma, your energy, you know, it's been a slow news week in gaming. Wink, wink. So welcome back, man.
Oh no, I appreciate it, man. Shout out to the crew, and as always, shout out to the chat. What is going on, people? I think we might have a couple topics to talk about today, so I'm just gonna shut up and let my brother Enrique take over again here.
Xbot, are we gonna get a Battletoads battle cry?
Battletoads!
I love that.
Forte,
awesome.
Yeah, I know Forte just got mad. He just like looked at the screen.
I'm good.
Like,
I love it. I love it. I love it. Keep that energy.
The part where he says toads last longer than the actual game.
I see
well
somebody
played.
was playing on Tadpole as well, huh?
Oh,
Jesus. Hey, I didn't play it at all. I'm not going to, but I just heard.
Then how do you know, brother? How do you
because
know?
everyone says it takes a bathroom break to finish. So
anybody I talked to that said that played it on Tadpole, played it on easy. Come on, bro.
Wow. All right.
Easy. Okay. Yeah. And Xbox, what did you play it on?
I'm on normal.
Oh, okay. So, how long did it take you to complete it?
Oh, I didn't complete it yet.
What? Man, I thought you would have flipped that game.
I know you've been yelling Battletoads since like 2016.
Dude, hold on. Well, first off, I had to restart the game like 4 different times. I didn't realize where
why was that?
I didn't realize where you could have different save slots. So the first time, you know, I went in solo, knocked out a couple levels, and then I'm like, I wonder how that co-op is. So I got the 12-year-old twins, and I was like, all right, we're gonna play 3-player co-op, and I didn't know where the save slots were, so I just started over again. And then after that, Snaps was like, oh, I'll play that game with you, and I didn't think it would be right for her starting off where we left off, so I had to start it over again. So like, I mean, I've gotten time into it, and I'll beat it eventually. But I got other games to play too. I got a rotation going on, bro.
No doubt, man.
Yeah. It just seems like you're never going to complete this game. Maybe it's just me. I just feel like,
when I get the achievement, man, I'll send it to you, brother.
All right, we'll do.
All right.
No, I was playing it, man. But when I went through I'm playing on normal too, and I went through the hover car part, and I'm like, why will this not end?
I'm with you.
Why is this long?
That's where the game lost me. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, I got out of there. I was like,
there's an achievement. There's an achievement to couch co-op with 2 other people and have all 3 Battletoads stay alive for 30 seconds. They have to be on the screen for 30 seconds, man.
I don't have time for that.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it, brother.
No doubt. On that note, we have Eric Jackson. EJ, what's going on, dude?
Chilling, man. How's everybody doing tonight? Interesting.
Well,
a lot of stuff going on this week, huh?
Well, I think it's kind of a slow news cycle, but maybe there's some stuff to talk about. But we also got B Money 101. What's up, B?
What's going on, fellas?
Not much, man.
What was that?
Yo, Lord Shaq says this is amazing.
That's
like,
are you in a Crucible right now?
Yeah, right. He's playing the Crucible.
No, that's my phone. That's notifications on my phone.
Oh, nice. All right. B man, how's 2K going, man? You got your VC? You ready to go?
Oh man, I'm always ready. But it's playoff basketball season right now, so I'm locked and loaded into every playoff game. So I haven't really got a chance to play it too much, but it's good, man.
Nice. All right, man. And we have hashtag not playing Bug Snacks, aka Slow-Mo Backslap. What is going on, Slow-Mo?
I'm doing great. I feel very confident that I will never have to play Bucksnax. So that's great. That's great. On my side, I won't have to spend X amount of dollars to purchase that game. Don't know how much it costs. If it's more than 30 cents, it's too much as far as I'm concerned.
And water up.
And it's just it feels good to be right. It feels good to be correct.
Slow-Mo, did you say butt snacks?
Bug snacks, butt snack, butt buddies. I don't know what the game is called, but I'm not playing it. Is what we need to understand is that it won't be played by me.
All right, Slow-Mo. Every bet moving forward from now on has to incorporate you playing Bug Snacks.
All right, but I guess we're not betting because I'm not. Well, it depends because now,
right.
Look, I'm done with these one-sided bets. Okay, it's always been
Slow-Mo doing these one-sided bets. Nobody forced you
I
to
will
do
admit my part in it in being very boastful in what will and will not happen. But when y'all start saying things like, "Oh, well, if this happens, then you got to do X, Y, Z," I'm gonna start pushing back. Well, like when it happens the way I said it's going to happen, like. Some of you guys gonna have to do some stuff out here, all right? I mean, I'm not nothing crazy. This ain't like college or something, but someone's gonna have to do something beyond me. We're going to put some things on the line here,
Okay.
Put your life on the
Fair
line.
enough.
Bet your life on it.
Do you bet your life?
Oh, that's another emoji.
That is another emoji. And on that note, we have I don't know the speaker bot for
Forte. I was just looking at that, man. What?
Because I didn't know how you was gonna come into this show. I had to distance myself before it even started.
You obviously knew because you knew what I wrote anyway.
Yeah, I know. No, man, this is shout out to Xbox, man. It's my homie, man. Glad to have you on the show with us, brother. Man, it's gonna be a fun show, man. Slow-Mo dodged the L. It looks like it's not official yet. It's just inevitable at this point. Sony ain't gonna wait a goddamn month to release their price. So I think Slow-Mo gonna skate by on this one, but that's okay. Guess what, guys? We're gonna find another way to get Slow-Mo to do what we want him to do. That's gonna happen. It's gonna happen this generation. Because I told Slow-Mo this last night during our show. And shout out to everybody that's in the chat that actually came to that show. We had 54 live viewers.
What's the name of the show?
It is damage per second, sir. And we're not going to say DSP like I said yesterday. So
that's also not
you really call it DSP?
It's DPS.
I said damage. Did you hear me?
Anyone that asks what the name of the show is you just refer them to me and I'll
What did I just say?
You just said it's the Damage Podcast, which is like what? No, that's not the name of it.
Wait, it's called the Damage Control Podcast? What?
Yeah, it's called Damage per Second, sir.
Yeah, it's called the DPS Podcast, which stands for Damage per Second. It's a term, it's a gaming term. Shoot, pew, pew, pew. I'm
not going to tell you what I thought that meant when you said DPS. So.
Lord! Well, the joke.
Oh, wait, Matt. Hey.
Oh, we got something in the DMV that.
No,
it's
this
not,
is
I think Slow-Mo's picking up what the Rock is cooking.
Yeah. But we not going to go any
Yeah,
further
we're
with
not
that
gonna
Yeah,
one.
we're not even
But-
because I don't know.
We're gonna table
last night, we start the podcast, and I'm like, all right, here we go. And first thing Forte says, well, you guys been waiting for the name of the podcast. Well, it's called the DSP podcast. And I'm like, mother, how words just seem to not work with you. It's
Man.
just like,
I'm pretty sure the
how?
chat's imagination just
It's
went
called
wild
Sleep
Yes.
with DSP.
Listen, it was called sleep
Gregor-
deprivation. But guess what, Slow-Mo? Tell them what you did when it came to talking about a certain game.
Real quick, guys. Midway Monster, I think, got what the Rock was cooking, and Gregor Von Doom said he's did a Bang Bros podcast.
Oh boy! Hey, look, it's now on Spotify, so we might end up getting some people looking for that kind of podcast, and they'll be like, "Man, what is that? They're talking about
No,
games."
You guys better
This
do
isn't what I was
like
here for.
you gotta do like Predator. You gotta start your OnlyFans accounts now. Ever since you started the
No.
show,
Wow.
that's your next step.
Wow.
No, but outside of that, man, yeah, I'm glad to be here. Oh, shout out to 2K because they found a way to monetize a game like no other. I never thought I would see a game that makes more money or even close to the amount of money that Grand Theft Auto
GTA.
makes. Well, GTA makes a lot of money, but I think 2K makes more money in a short burst than even Grand Theft Auto can make. I think Grand Theft Auto makes their money over the course of just the life of the game. 2K does a lot in one calendar year with just NBA. And just to give you an instance of that, my store, and I'm the VC king, we were number 9 in the company at 97.8% attach on VC. Shout out to all the people out there that support microtransactions in games because it was real. But
Jeez. Yeah, I saw the sign that you made. Like
oh, you saw it, dude?
Yeah.
Well, that was. Did I show you? Saw? Oh, yeah, I put it in the chat.
Yeah, you put it in
Unless
yeah.
you're an NBA 2K fan, you can never understand. But the VC will get you, man. They put
VC
it on
will set you
sale.
free.
They
in
put
that
it
game.
on sale digitally, and you're just looking. You're like, man, and before you know it, you purchased a couple bundles, man, and you're adding stats to your My Player. You're buying those kicks that you wanted. Like, yeah, it's
Now, I do want, and I don't want to labor on this point. I want to ask a 2K vet because I can't find it anywhere. I know some of the stuff that transfers over to the next version of the game when you got the next gen version, but your character, does it transfer or does it not transfer B money?
It does not.
So, but the VC that you have on your character at the time that does transfer, just the character itself doesn't.
So all your VC will transfer over, but your character will not, because the next
why is
generation
anybody
game
playing it now if they're playing it
isn't the
next
same
gen?
game. It's a different game.
That's the thing that I'm wondering. Like, all these people are spending this money on these characters that they gonna have to literally restart in literally 2 months. So 2K is out here getting them twice.
That's 2K life for you though, man. People play that game every single day. You know what I mean? There's a dedicated fan base to that game, and regardless of new generation starting, they gonna buy the game day one and play it up until the new game releases.
So everything transfers with the exception of the actual character that you made and the money you put into it.
All your VC and all your My Team stuff will transfer. Like, none of your season progression, none of your My Player stuff is going to transfer over. All that stuff will have to be restarted.
Oh, okay. Well, now I know how to tell all my customers that walk in and say, "Hey, man, does this transfer over?" And be like, "No," but you might still want to play day one anyway. So, okay. Thank you, VB. I knew I could get that answer from B Money because I knew he would know. Jesus, that's crazy.
That's wild. That is wild. I don't know. I thought about getting 2K. I don't think I'm gonna get it now.
2K, dog. 2K's fun, man. It's if you like basketball, it's fun.
Is it better this year, worse, or like? Because I've heard like that new stick mechanic or whatever they got in there. Some people are liking it, some people are not.
All the casual people don't like it because everybody used to cheese the game. Everybody, because there's a jump shot creator in the game. So once everybody finds the perfect jump shot, everybody's green lighting all their shots. And everybody knows that's not real basketball. Even LeBron or Michael Jordan or the best shooters in the game don't hit every shot.
And they miss.
True, yeah,
yes, sir.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So now that they added a little bit more of a challenge to the game, people are complaining, but I enjoy it. You know what I mean? I've always been a right stick shooter, so ever since they implemented, so it doesn't really bother me.
Look, man, I don't know about that, man. I was with you all the way till you said Michael Jordan missed a shot because I've never seen that man miss a shot.
He's
Oh
missed
no,
shots.
he did.
I've never
He did,
seen
bro.
that man miss a shot.
He never missed
swear.
big
He
shots.
missed
but
game
I
winners.
swear
He missed game winners.
Well,
bro.
no, I know it's hyperbole. Of course, he's missed shots before, but you ever got that feeling like when you just watched a great player and it's like every big shot they hit, and you just get in your mind like this dude never misses. Like it's like Kobe when he went for 60, went for 81. It's like, dude, this dude just isn't missing. It's never gonna miss.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. Hey, real quick, guys. Go ahead, B. Go ahead, man.
I was gonna say I am kind of disappointed with like the version of 2K because I felt like, you know what I mean, they put Kobe on the cover and you know what I mean, all of that is great, but there's no like Kobe mode in the game.
I heard about that. Yeah.
To like when they put
Like
Jordan on the cover.
Yeah, no career highlights that you can go back and play through or not. Oh,
yeah, it's not
man.
like you can't go play it's like his 81-point game. Like there's none of that stuff. Like none of like his big highlights. You can't get like any of his MVP season highlights or anything like that. So like that is kind of disappointing. And I'm hoping that they do that when the
next gen version come out. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough NBA talk. Brap, you can have your show back.
Yeah.
No worries. No way. Great. Hey, seriously, great conversation. I just want to give a big shout out to the live chat, to everyone watching. Look, we have almost 100 people here in the live chat right now. Please hit that like button. If you hit the down thumb button, that's fine too. Whatever, it's still considered.
Still counts.
Interact. People.
Yes, we prefer the thumbs up, but if you want to give thumbs down, whatever,
You
fine
have
too.
no thumbs down right now.
No, I don't. Oh, there. Come on, let's get it up, guys. Come on, let's. We got Xbox in the house. Come on, we got big Xbox news to talk about. So let's get those likes up. I dropped a link in the live chat, so please retweet that as well. Let everyone know that their favorite Wednesday night podcast is live. So a couple things real quick. Forte, and this maybe hits a little bit closer home to you, because I did want to bring it up because someone did DM me this. GameStop has closed nearly 400 stores this year. They announced, $100 million in losses this year. I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. Give me a sec. I just had this article up, and so now they operate 5,122 stores globally. And they planned for the current fiscal year, they plan to close a total of 400 to 450 stores. So they've lost more than $100 million for its in its last quarter, which is actually significantly better than the loss of $415 million that the company lost during the same period last year. Forte, man.
So they actually lost less money this year than they did last year?
They did, yes.
In the middle of a pandemic?
Yeah, well,
that's weird.
Well, business is booming right now for the gaming industry. And, I see more people at my local GameStop now than I did before the pandemic.
Oh, yeah, because let's be for real. When Amazon wasn't open, Amazon was open, but they weren't shipping any goods that weren't medical or PPE related. People had to go to like retail to find stuff. And I told my boss this a while ago. I was like, dude, the only thing this is going to do is just let people remember that GameStop was actually a thing, because I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but if you ever listen to like any podcast or any other body like talking about retail, when they're talking about buying these systems and stuff, they never really mention GameStop. It's like they kind of subconsciously take it out of their memory, and they'll say, oh, you can go to Best Buy, or you can get it from Walmart, you can go to Target. I'm like, God dang, you just named Target and Walmart and didn't name the one store that is a game store. But I understand it because people just had bad experiences at GameStop, so they just don't want to talk about it. But now people actually realize it. It's like, oh yeah, man, GameStop's not as bad as it used to be, and blah, 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 blah. But I also think that, yeah, this pandemic has helped them out a lot. But yeah, it's kind of rough right now. 400 and something stores being closed. It kind of makes sense. I mean, I think they're going to only operate in, that doesn't say how many they're operating in America only.
No. I think some people assume that's North America, but it's global.
Yeah, it's global. Yeah, well, yeah, because I think in North America alone, we have it was like 3,400 stores. It was at one point like 4,000 something. So they already significantly cut a lot of stores here in North America. But the biggest thing is the company's going to just downsize itself until they get to a comfortable spot where they can operate, in a comfortable way. So I don't think this is going to be the end at all. But ultimately, what's going to happen is this is the first generation where you can physically buy a system with no disk drive in it, and it's going to be the more popular system too. So this might be the beginning of the end of what's going on with them, unless they decide to change some stuff over. I do realize that there is going to be a market for Xbox Series systems and PS5 because there will be physical copies. So it will be a slow burn, but this is basically the start of like, hey, you got to start making decisions on like if you work at GameStop and what you want to do later on and everything. But I think they'll be fine. They'll still be here for at least another 10 years. They're not going anywhere unless something catastrophic happens. Yeah, I think 10 years because you got to think that they'll still be one of the only retailers that you can get a lot of. That's going to be the mainstay when it comes to physical offerings, especially for pre-owned stuff. You still got all of the Xbox One and PS4 libraries that's going to be available throughout this generation. They're going to build on that generation because Xbox Series X and X's and PS5 is going to have disk drives. So they're still going to release digital physical copies of these games. And this generation is going to go for at least 7 years. And even if the next generation is digital only, you'll probably get a good 2 to 3 years out of it before they make a decision.
Enrique, I thought I was Mr. Positivity, but this guy is seeing double rainbows.
I mean, look,
like in the severe thunderstorm.
You think
cloud,
they'll go out of business?
Yeah, unless something catastrophic happens that forces
something
them to
catastrophic
go out.
is happening.
Has already happened.
Yeah.
Well,
you said they were up over 4,000 stores, and now they're at like 3,400, and now they're going to drop it down.
They're
to below 3.
Listen, they're going to cut stores until they get to a point where the amount of stores that they have it doesn't matter if they keep them.
It's been a great. I used to work at GameStop as well. I'm just saying it's been a great run, but everybody salute to GameStop now because they are over.
So how long do you think?
It's starting to look like Blockbuster.
It's going to be less than 10 years, bro.
Well, no, you give a time frame.
Less than 10 years, man. You gave numbers
less than 5.
Yeah. Well, what's going on right now is they are trying to stretch to get into. They're trying to stretch to get into that next generation because that first influx, that first year, selling the hardware, trying to get the games out there, trying to get people to buy the services through them, all that good stuff. That they're hoping that gives them some type of momentum. But at the end of the day, GameStop is not what, like in popularity wise, is not what it used to be. And I don't see them turning that around at all. And when it comes to the people at the top of that pyramid, because you were talking about them downsizing until they can run comfortably, like those people, they were used to certain checks per year. All right. When they're not getting those checks per year, they're not going to settle with what's comfortable. They're going to liquidate, get a bulk amount of money back, and then reinvest it somewhere else. That's exactly what people who are at the top of those pyramids, it's what they do. They don't just sit comfortably like, well, we can get down to this number of stores and that would be comfortable for us. No, they're used to making a certain amount of money annually. And if it's not happening, they will liquidate all that and they will take their bulk money and they'll invest it in something else and try to get that money plus more annually.
So
it's all done, man.
So it's kind of hard to fight what you're saying because I can't talk about a lot of the stuff that I know is going on behind the scenes that, could or could not help when it comes to this. I mean, they're gonna do everything they can do to try to stay as relevant as possible.
It can help if these gaming stores
a physical to digital program.
If these gaming stores also became a brothel, that's what would help. Other than that, nothing.
GameStop grow houses.
Selling VC for that.
But you know what? But ultimately, it's just going to come down to as long as they have customers that want to come in there and shop, they'll be perfectly fine. But once they get to the point where their operating cost is that much higher than they're selling, then that's when you'll see a a huge drop. But I also think they have bigger problems because we have so many, like for the most part, there's a lot of places where there's a lot of redundancy when it comes to the stores in certain areas. I mean, I don't know in your guys' area, but here we have a lot of stores that are like right next to each other and stuff. So who really knows?
Like every other corner.
Yeah. So until, I mean, because the thing is, they're not
GameStop. They were completely surrounding each other with stores.
Well, and that's the thing, because when they made all those purchases and purchased all of, like Babbage's and Funko Land and EB Games, they converted all those stores, but they never closed any of them. So some of them were right on top of each other.
Yeah,
I mean, you got some that had three stores in one mall, which is crazy.
Dude, in the mall I used to go to,
some of those.
No lie, there were 3.
Yeah, they should have closed some of those, and they should have moved the staff. Have them like, hey, look, either we're going to have to downsize, or you can start working at this other one, and you're going to get less hours. But operationally, it doesn't make sense to have you all open when we were kicking your butt before. I mean, the dynamics haven't changed. You're not going to make more money just because your GameStop now. So, like, that other store needs to go. But I think that. To your thought that they may have 10 more years, if they really had 10 more years, then I think they would have found a buyer. I don't think they could find someone, another company to purchase them.
Not for the amount they wanted to sell it for.
Yo, you got some savage people in chat, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I watched that. Yeah, it's
what?
Yo, you guys are awesome.
In a rolling cart. No, man, I ain't got no. I ain't got no.
You know what they should have did? They should have did my thought. I said this like a year ago about what they could do to kind of turn themselves around. They should. One, they do need to close more stores. I think they're oversaturated as far as the number of stores they have, but change how the stores operate. You're going to have to be a little bit more than just a video game store that sells physical games, as well as, some bobblehead kind of stuff and some other, things that are not necessarily gaming, but close to gaming or close in that realm. You're going to have to do a little bit more than that. In the East, in places like South Korea, Japan, there are places where people can go and they can actually play games, and you can actually sit down.
I think they're experimenting with that right now, Slubbo.
They are. They have those They have those stores in Arizona. Now.
I feel like they must have heard me because I came up with that idea well over a year ago. Now they do it. I don't want any
literally
credit.
heard his head getting bigger, yo.
I don't want any credit. I don't want any money because they ain't got none. But just you're welcome. Okay, but they need they need to adopt that further than just Arizona. I understand it's probably just like a test case. They want to see you work the kinks out and then kind of distribute that idea.
They're already rolling it out to other areas now.
Yeah, but I mean, like
playing for this holiday. Supposedly,
you guys should definitely be like invest in getting some PCs in, or some stations of like PlayStation.
They must have listened to you because that's all the things that they're doing.
Look,
wow,
they literally must have been listening to this podcast.
That's literally
I
what
said
those
it, and Forte was
are. That's literally what the stores
in the
are
very next conference call. He said, "Hey guys, I got an idea."
Hold on.
No. This is my idea. This is what we're gonna do. It's okay if you took the idea, man. It's all good, man. I don't care. But
look, if it can sell a $1 million company, then yeah, you might want to get some royalties off that.
But it's just all I'm saying is that would do a lot towards changing where they're going, because like the percentages of the amount of people that are going to digital over physical, it's not going to reverse. It's going to continue to keep sliding in a direction that it's going. You have to change how you do business, because you're not going to be getting in as much used games for you to undercut, what you're giving to the gamer and then selling it for full profit. You can't keep doing that anymore. You're going to need to do something different. Like have it so people can come in and hey, we sell Red Bull too. You need a little bit more energy to stay in here and spend a little bit more money. Like these are things that you
sell Red Bull.
Well, it's kind of a two-pronged problem they have, though. Part of the problem is perception is reality. people's perception of the company, even if you like even if you're a person that likes shopping at GameStop, you really can't change the opinion of somebody that had a so-called bad experience at one. And then if you tie in the fact that a lot of specialty retailers, and that's what GameStop is a specialty retailer, they're not doing as well when you have big box retailers like Amazon and Best Buy, Target, and all these other places that sell everything, and they could compete at prices that you can't even compete at because they have other ways to subsidize how the amount of money they're losing in the area that they're doing. So that's the reason you can't see that type of stuff happening. And until somebody finds out a way to have specialty retailers still compete in that type of way, you're going to just start seeing specialty retailers disappear more and more. And GameStop will not be the first. They won't be the last. And, that's how Blockbuster ended up going away, because Netflix made it easier for you to do stuff. And that's basically it. And then if people wanted to buy a physical game, where do you buy it at? Well, you're already in Walmart or you're already in Target. It's probably the worst experience in the world because you got to go find somebody to open up a lock case for you to get the game off the shelf. But guess what? They don't mind doing that because they are in a place that they shop all the time. And if they, got to be inconvenienced to go ask somebody to unlock something to get out of it, they're fine with that compared to having to go to a Pacific store on top of all the other stuff you got to do.
But the store you're talking about, GameStop, it's not like you have the games right there. Like you give them the cover, then they go thumbing through all their games.
No, you don't listen. When you go to like somewhere like Walmart and Target, those things are in glass cases. You can't even put your hands on
is
them.
it just me, guys? Or does it sound like he's trying to make it sound like this incredible hassle?
No, it's not.
I don't know.
It's not.
Dude,
look, listen.
If you
go to a specialty retailer, they have the stuff out there for you to grab and put your hands on. The one thing you always learn, if you've never been in sales, the one thing that they teach you in sales is it's all about the ownership of something. You put it in their hand, it gives. They're more likely. You take it back. They're more like no, you don't take it back. They're more likely to buy it once you put it in their hand.
Well.
That's why they tell you to be over. That's why they tell you not to sell at the register. They tell you to go on the floor, talk to the guests on the floor. Interact with them at the area of engagement, what they're talking about, hand the items to them, because once they put it in their hand, it makes them feel like ownership and it gives them a better chance of buying what you want them to buy.
I'm just telling you, psychology. If you grab it back, they'll be like, yo, I want that. Like their body will automatically.
You already won then. If they say, yeah, I'm gonna get that.
Brother, I went in as a rookie in 2013. And I outsold absolutely everybody in the GameStop store.
What did you do? And what did you do?
I did. Well, first you got to read the customer. You got to listen to what they want.
And how do you do that?
Huh?
And how do you do that?
How do you listen to what they want?
Yes. How do you do that?
You listen to what they're saying and you answer them.
Ask them engaging questions around the things that they're interested in, and you come up with a solution to help them get the things that they want. Right, Xbox?
I mean, yeah.
That's okay. You did what you look. Most people don't do that, Xbox. That's the problem. That's the problem right there. Most people.
When it came down, because it was it was the launch of the PS4, the launch of the Xbox One, and when it came down, people came in looking. If they were looking for a new system, I asked them like what games that they enjoy playing and stuff like that. And back in 2013, it was like, well, if you're mainly an online multiplayer type guy, I would definitely look at the Xbox One. If you like a lot of more single player, because even the end of the PS3 era, that Sony was bringing out a lot of those kind of like single player experiences and stuff like that. I was like, you might want to gravitate right over there or whatnot. You bring them over, you show them, put a game cover in their hands, and then take it back. You know what I'm saying?
How hard was it? How hard was it as you being an Xbox centric person? Because let's be for real, working in retail, everybody has their biases when it comes to the stuff they like to promote. How did you go about that with talking to people about the
Dude,
reason
at the
they
end
should
of the
buy
day,
systems.
at the end of the day, and I really feel like people take this whole like gaming thing, like
Mhm.
it's a part of my life. You know what I'm saying? It's not just a
Okay.
hobby; it's a part of my life. But at the end of the day, I don't care where other people spend their money. Like if somebody comes up to me like, "Yo, I want that PS4," I'm like, "Yo, you want me gift wrap it for you? No problem here."
Hell
Like,
yeah.
Bro, the live chat is savage, by the way. Like,
Hey,
some of these
Hey,
comments.
Xbox can work for me any day because that's all I
Yeah,
know. You know how hard it is just to find people to do, and that's part of the problem. And it kind of baffles me, but I understand because overall, this is a problem that's been going on with GameStop for a while when people just don't like the experiences they have in there. There's
Yeah.
not enough people like Forte or enough people like Xbox that are working in these stores because half the people, probably don't care if they're there. They're just using it to get a discount or something like that. There's a whole bunch
Oh man,
of people working the stores.
you sound like those managers on that conference call that like I heard, man.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
If they don't want to be there, send them home.
Send them home, yeah.
Like that, I was like, dang.
Y'all watched that video? Of
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Y'all asked me about what I thought about. I was like, man, that's interesting.
Hey, real quick, guys.
Because
Real
Forte
quick.
was on that conference call.
That was definitely not a conference call I was on. Listen, man. When I hire my people, I make my expectations very clear on what my expectations are of you as an associate. I need you to listen. You guys know me. I will bend over backwards for I bend over backwards for you guys to do anything. If you guys ask me for something, if you guys ask me to like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? God. I don't have any problems doing it. But guess what? All I ask is take care of me on the back end. And when it comes to taking care of me on the back end, when it comes to working, just do what you're supposed to do. Talk to guests about the things you're supposed to talk about. You ain't got to force nobody to do anything.
What you're saying is annoy the hell out of every customer that comes. Yes, that's
politely pester them.
Forte.
It's politely pester them.
So slow-mo.
There's no such thing as politely pestering. It's just pestering.
Slow-mo. If you don't have a power card and you come into my store, am I really pestering you by asking you to sign up for the card?
Yes. You already know I don't want it.
How do I mean?
If I wanted it,
how does he know you don't want it, man?
If I wanted it, I would tell you.
I've never talked to you.
I wanted it. If I wanted that,
maybe you were just waiting for Forte to ask you, man.
But then this after I say no, it's like, well, if you get this, you can get the la. I said no.
So let me okay. So
help me with the sale.
All right, here we go. Here you go, slow-mo.
Help me get my game so I can get up out of here. I don't want protection on the disc. I don't want anything else.
I never want protection on the disc. They
I
always
don't
ask
need
me
protection on a
I don't
Blu-ray
need,
disc. Amazing.
Don't ask me while I'm in the store to then go online and look at stuff for what? Why am I doing that?
Go online and look at stuff. What do you mean?
Well, that was on the conference call. They were telling their staff that like if there was something that wasn't there in the store, it was telling them, let's go online and look for what you're looking for and find it somewhere else so I can.
They will do that, slow-mo.
Like
they'll see if it's in the warehouse.
Get it somewhere else.
Wait, hold on. So what I'm getting here is you rather them not tell you what store you can go to get the item that we may not have in stock at that store.
No, Forte, usually my experience is usually just say, oh, let me look online. We might have it in our warehouse. We can ship it to you.
Well, yeah, they're going to offer. If they can't find a store close, they're going to say that. Like,
yeah, that's why. Hey, by the way, that's why I hit you up on DM last night, Forte, because I wanted that collector's edition.
Well, I always tell people that, like, if like people come in every day looking for controllers and stuff, and I say, yeah, bro, I don't have any controller. I said, honestly, the fastest way to get one is for us to ship it to you. If you want, it's free shipping, and it will be to you in 3 to 4 days. And that's literally it. If people say, oh, yeah, I'll do that, or they'll say, no, I'm good, I'll keep looking. I say, all right, cool.
Okay, see, what you
guys,
said is different than what they were telling people. Like, don't stop there.
Don't listen.
Go look for other stores to see where they can get it. Like, it's just like, look,
tie them down, steal their debit card.
Yeah, it's like, hey, look, bro. There's a Walmart right across the street. I'm not gonna go drive 15 minutes to another GameStop to get another used controller. I am going to Just go to Walmart and buy one there. You don't have it. Cool. Have a great day. I'm gonna go over here
next to a Target. Like I'm in the parking lot as a Target too. So trust me, I know what that whole thing is. And I'll tell people, like, I'll say, hey, this store down the street says they have it. I said, if you don't feel like driving down there is a Target next door. I would probably check there before you go there, because you might be able to just walk in there and pick what you're looking for. But I don't look, man. See, this is the thing I'll be talking about.
Man,
wait, if we're
telling on yourself, you about to be on the conference call.
No, this
will be like, so here on this podcast, you said you didn't tell them to go to another GameStop. You told them to go to Target. Hey, look, I have a somewhat of a sales background, retail background myself. I used to work for a rental car company. I ain't gonna say which one, because
I know it's got to be Enterprise, man.
It's not. I'm not going to get into deep. I'm not going to get into it.
Are they still open?
Are they still in business?
Yeah, they're still in business.
Oh, so it's probably Hurts.
That black and yellow, baby. That black and yellow.
I'm not going to talk about what
that black and yellow.
Look, all I'm saying is,
like, can I help you with the rental car, sir?
All I'm saying is that this particular, I was a branch manager. I ran 3 locations at once.
It's definitely Enterprise.
It's not Enterprise. Look, what I'm saying is that I would have to write. I would have to write people up if they did not refer. Someone came in looking for a car or a particular vehicle, and if I didn't refer them to go find another location in the area. By the way, I live in the DMV. Okay, so this is Maryland, DC, and Virginia. They wanted me to refer someone to like Northern Virginia, which in our traffic, which is top 5 worst in the country.
Are you serious?
Yes. Refer them to somewhere else in the area.
You have to go to Tyson's Corner, sir, but you're in Waldorf, so you know.
Yeah, before ever saying, hey, there's an Enterprise down the street. Hey, there's an Avis right over here.
Yeah. Why people like that's why my store does well, because I don't have those.
Because you're not doing what GameStop is selling.
That's the reason why they closed these stores. Hey guys,
tell you that though.
Hey guys, real quick, I want to wrap up this conversation because I want to get to the.
I don't know why you went down this rabbit hole with this.
We needed Predator on here. He would have played the music by now. Like
he would have been like, wrap it up, B. No, but I do want to say one more thing about GameStop. They are trying to make it easier for consumers to buy the new consoles this holiday. They're even like tinkering with like payment options and like layaway installment plans, rent to own.
The all access at GameStop too. So
okay, yeah. So they're definitely looking like Jeff Grubb, who we had on the show a couple weeks ago. He just put out an article on VentureBeat talking about some of the things that GameStop is looking to do. So it's gonna be interesting. I mean, they're definitely under the gun here. So we'll see what happens.
Well, they're gonna before you move on. They're gonna be under the gun until they make significant changes that people can notice. Because as of right now, you would think it's a win that they actually made more money this year than they did last year in the same time span. With the fact that all of their stores were literally closed for like almost a month. And they weren't able to sell anything at the store level. Most of their revenue comes from online at this point now, because a lot of people still don't shop in stores, and a lot of the stores are not still open. So that's kind of I'm not going to say it's shocking, because gaming is up everywhere right now. But until they change the perception of what people think of the company, people are always think GameStop is going to close.
Too late.
So it's not going to be anything different until it changes.
Yeah, I hear you, man. It's some great points. Oh my God, I'm looking at this thing that Optimus Code just tweeted out. This is okay. Anyhow.
Oh, I got to look at this.
Yeah, go to Optimus Code. Gee, big shout to Code, by the way.
Dang, Gregor Von Deuce says, sounds like the more GameStop is open, the more they lose money.
Yeah, wow. Big shout out to everyone in the live chat. We almost have 200 people. People, please hit that like button or thumbs down, whatever. Please, I'm going to drop the link in the live chat. Remember, we're doing another giveaway. Do another giveaway to someone in the live chat.
Yeah. Did you answer my question? Do guests get in on this giveaway, or is it
No, it is just people in live chat.
I'm in the chat. I could type my name. I could type something.
No, man. You decided to come on the show the wrong time.
Yes. No guest or panel members can get this. But Ryan Lennon says
GameStop
GameStop
pharmacies. Oh my
I saw that. That's hilarious. Trade your game, trade in your meds, trade in your games.
Oh
all right.
Fire.
Yeah, so we look, guys. We have some massive news. It broke more within the last 24, 48 hours. Would start off as a leak. And by the way, kudos to Microsoft. I think they handled this leak pretty well. But we finally saw the Xbox Series S. And by the way, real quick.
Yeah, go.
With regards to the Xbox Series X and Series X,
You said X twice.
names. Yeah, well, see, I got confused. Now, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Eric, is it unreasonable? And people are flipping out about this. Oh my God, how Taco put out an article, and they're just hating on Xbox. How could anyone get confused? People buy cell phones, they buy cars, they buy toilet paper. How do they get confused with these names? I mean, Eric, is it out of the realm of possibility that people would get confused just a little bit because you have an S and an X and multiple SKUs? I mean, call me crazy. What do you think, E?
Yeah, consumers get confused by things. It will happen. But the thing is, in Twitter, it has to be two extremes. You either don't get it at all,
True.
or you're mad that people are saying that it's confusing. Which I don't understand why anybody cares about anything. As long as you know which one you're gonna go get, why do you care if somebody's saying it's confusing to me? You know, or it could be confusing. Yes, consumers get confused, and I see people throwing out. The closest one I've seen that actually makes sense is when people talk about the DS, the DSi, the 2DS, the 3DS. But guess what? People got confused by that.
Yeah, they did. No, they did. And
the dumbest one I see is when people say, well, it's like going to buy a car. There's like an EX and S. Well, you know what separates that? The fact that each model probably costs you $4,000 more. So you go and you say, the price on this one is $10,000. Ooh, shit! If I go with the EX package, that's $20,000. I'm gonna get this one. I'm not confused anymore.
Yeah, they're not.
Get
them A.
But it's true.
I'm watching people all day long, like going in and of course it's the same. It's the same thing. You guys can speak on this too. The same sites do the same shit because the same idiots fall for it every time.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
So shout out
Is
to
that
Kotaku.
title? Let me click
Shout out
that and
to
get mad.
I'm gonna be confused. What the fuck? Why are you so confused? Why you? I don't get it. It's like
meanwhile, every time they speak, they're misspeaking which SKU that they're talking about every single time. I don't know how many times I've heard someone say Xbox One X. Yeah, the Series X. I don't know how many times I've heard people call the Xbox Series X the Xbox One X by accident.
I do it all the time.
They're blended all together. Xbox One Series X. I've heard that as well, and I'm like, yo, where are you going?
I'm telling you right now, the confusion is not going to come necessarily from the naming convention. I promise you right now, people are like, "Oh, this is brilliant! It's the $300 one, and it's gonna go off the shelf. Yep. And there's gonna be a lot of people sitting their ass at home, be like, why can't I put a disc in this bitch?"
Yo, real talk. I saw that this past holiday.
$300 is a fantastic price, but I'm not saying consumers are dumb, but not everybody looks at every little thing.
Yep.
Not everybody's like us.
Stuff. And like Xbox said before, like we eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff. We know it inside out. So for all the people that's sitting on Twitter pissed off that people are going to be confused, do me a favor. When these things launch, go to your local retailer, stand your ass outside, and make sure that they get what they need to get.
You're looking for the Series S. It looks like a speaker. I will show it to you.
Right.
Okay.
Like, excuse me, sir. Which one are you picking up? Now you know this one doesn't have the disc. You know this one. And then watch people
let me just inform you of what version that you have. Like you're gonna be getting a lot of angry people. I know what I bought. Shut up, get out my face. Like and
I love, you know what I always love too? It's always like little Timmy or grandma. Mm-hmm. Those are always the ones that people like. It's like, man, old ladies catching smoke for going to buy a console for their grandkid, and little Timmy's an idiot, I guess.
I'm telling you, man. It's
check this out. My bad, but just real quick, like again, back when I was working at GameStop, and we had the launch of the PS4, the launch of the Xbox One. I had people confused between 360 and Xbox One, PS3 and PS4. Like there's gonna be confused people out there. I think with the Series S, if what Microsoft is planning does happen, and I think we can all agree that $300 price point is to get some of the casual market in to adopt early. All right, to adopt early into the next gen hardware and stuff like that at a price point where people are like, well, damn, I can just grab that right now, and they're on the more casual side about it. Usually, I don't think it's that big of a deal, especially within first 6-8 months, possibly a year, because it's the hardcore that goes out there day one. And then, it's the hardcore that didn't get paid yet until, they get paid every 2 weeks that is out there week 2 and so on and so forth. So like at the very launch of these systems, I don't see a lot of people being confused. It's the holidays when the relatives are buying, buying gifts for children and stuff like that. And then it's up to the retailers. And, I wish I had more faith in the retailers. Yeah, what I'm saying.
That's the Xbox. It's like it's on the retailers to explain it, but it's on Microsoft and also Sony to make sure that people know what the differences are. You know what I'm saying? It's just. But that's just how consumer products go. And people are like, "Well, you went and bought a cell phone," and again, that price is probably what pushed people to the phone that they got. Like I ain't spending thought. They know exactly which model it was when they were told it was $1,500. iPhone what $1,500? Hell no, give me that X.
$1,500, give me that X.
Yeah, I mean that's a great point, E.
I'm just saying, man. It's just funny.
It's wild, yeah. No, I just want to bring it up because it's coming up again. I just like look, people are going to get confused.
$300 to get in on a new generation, man. That is insane. Yeah,
it's a great deal.
I mean, that's an amazing price. But I'm telling you, I know people are saying like, digital is definitely taking over. Digital is definitely moving ahead of where physical is. But there's a lot of people who still buy physical, and that's just how they've always bought. That's how they think. So it's going to still take them time for them to get to that point. So they're gonna have to let people know, there's going to
be a lot of forceful conversions after this holiday.
Yeah.
They'll come and bring the games back, but they're not bringing back the $300 system to get the $500 system. There's no way in hell they're doing that.
Yeah. Nah. Hey guys, so let me ask you guys something. So what did you guys think? So we finally, like I said, saw the Xbox Series S, right? And it does look. It looks like a speaker box. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it's an attractive looking system. But Xbox? What was your immediate reaction when you first saw this? Did the first thing that came to your mind, was it like, okay, this thing is kind of ugly looking, it looks like a speaker box, maybe it looks like something like a drive-through thing or whatever?
Yeah. I saw all the memes, and I gotta say, people on social media, especially like this year, as we're seeing the boxes, as we saw like the PlayStation dev kit and stuff, the memes have been absolutely hilarious. And when I first saw the Series S, I was like, what the hell is that big black circle? Like that was your first thing that came to mind, was the big black circle. But then they showed the graphics on how it was 60% smaller than the Series X. And then it didn't look so bad to me anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like you can like fit 2 of them inside there. And I'm like, you know what? They really should have like kept the fan grill or the grate there. They should have kept it white. They should have had it like the same color.
I agree.
Or, something like that.
White or whatever. Because if that was all black on black, you wouldn't even care. You wouldn't even notice it.
That's my point. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep the same energy that I kept when PlayStation announced to show their system off and they showed that controller. I was like, it's okay. That thing look ugly as heck because of those colors, and I don't like the way that it looked. That two-tone look don't look good. And the first thing I saw was a speaker sitting in front of a system, and I was like, dang, that's glaring. That's glaring as heck.
But brother, here's the thing. This is what made it look good.
What? $299?
When you saw that $299 next to it, then it's like,
everything looked good at $299. But the fact of the matter is, I was like, this system will never sit up on its side if I ever own one, because that That would literally like the one thing I will say about the PlayStation, the fact that the black is in the middle of the system, it's symmetrical. It's symmetrical with the rest of the system, so you won't just fixate on one area of the system when you see it. This system is like if you stand that thing up, all I'm gonna be doing is seeing that huge circle that's black.
You and I'm like, away for someone to talk to you.
But yo, Forte, there's another thing though about that circle because
shout out to Micah. Wait, and shout out to Micah Barr. He was in RDX's chat yesterday, and they asked him like what they were thinking about that speaker box on there. And Mike was like, first of all, I don't work there anymore. Second of all, that wasn't black when I was there.
Well, yo. Another thing about that circle, and think about this, right? Holidays are coming up. People are going to go shopping who don't necessarily know what they're doing. What better way for a kid to explain something than that white box with the big black circle on it? Big black circle,
dude. They missed the golden opportunity though, because the one render I liked the most was the one where they just took the black circle and put the Xbox logo on it. I was like, that would have, if they would have did that, I would have been like, dude, it looks weird because it's black on white.
I would like solid colors. At least that would have looked like white, black, blue, red. At least
they could have said it's the logo of the system, like their overall logo for Xbox in general, because it looks literally like the logo when you put the white strips over it. And I was like, okay, I can deal with that if that was the case, but for it just to be black for no reason, it made no sense.
Well, if I pick it up, they're copying PlayStation.
Oh my God! Yeah, unfortunately, that's what it kind of feels like because the PlayStation.
No. I'm joking. I'm just saying that's.
PlayStation. Well, let's be.
You know me, bro. You know.
I got you, brother.
You know that's how they get down.
No, but like people are saying,
you know that's how they get down, man.
No, ain't nobody said it. But for real though, the PlayStation was when we first saw that thing, we were like, "What is that? It's a spaceship, and it's crazy." People, it's kind of mellowed down on people over the course of time. It's fine. We're gonna deal with it. And this system is going to be the same way. Once you put it in your entertainment system, you won't care. But let's be for real. The first time you saw it, you didn't see the system. You saw a big black circle on a white background. That's all you
it looked like a speaker box to me.
Man, I guess.
Yeah.
$299 saved it, though. I will say that. $299 saved it.
Yeah.
Although it is ugly, once you get it in your house and you start playing games, you don't care anymore.
Exactly, Slomo. That's the same thing I said about like
120 frames per second
about the PlayStation. I said the same thing. I said as much as I like the minimalistic look of the Series X, I have to really think about which one I'm saying because I don't want to get confused.
Just do what I've been doing. Just say X and S because is at a certain point where you just don't want to get
or the S and X.
The S or the X. That's it. Just say it. Shout out. I don't know if you guys noticed it.
Xbox X.
I don't know if you guys noticed it, but your boy Forte he's been doing his absolute best in his videos to actually say the name of the system correctly.
Are you serious? Because you say it wrong every single video.
No, if you listen to somebody
correctly, but he can't name his podcast.
Yeah, but if you listen to the last, listen.
The video you did today, you said it wrong.
No, I said I'm doing my best, Slumber, but if you listen to it, you can literally see me emphasizing the word series versus serious. I'm literally.
No, you're not. You're saying serious, dude. Like I heard it today.
Yeah, I've heard you. I actually thought you were doing it.
I'm not.
I thought you were doing it on purpose.
Listen, I'm not doing it on purpose.
He said, I thought you were doing it on purpose. I thought you were doing Serious X because like you were just being like tongue in cheek, like that's the Serious X. Like what's up?
Yeah, that's what I thought because you say it every single video.
Yeah.
No, I
yes.
Yeah, you kind of do Forte.
Yo, I thought you were on to something, man. I didn't know that.
Yo, Forte, don't listen to him, man. Do you?
I thought you were trying to do your own thing. Like you want to turn that into an emote on your channel. Apparently you've been really trying to say it correct, and you've been saying it wrong every single time.
It's ludicrous.
ISO series.
Strawberry cake.
All right,
it's ludicrous.
Hey, but for real, like Slomo was saying, like you put it in your console or your entertainment center, you don't even really think about it anymore. At least that's how I get,
I wanted to say something too. But the memes that were coming out, even Corsair got into it, and Corsair replaced it with some RGBs. I'm like,
for real?
the RGBs look fire.
Let's do that. Yo, let's do that.
Yes.
Yo, why do
Corsair
the pizza
RGBs?
companies keep coming at Xbox though, man?
Yeah, I know, right?
Like,
They're looking for a partnership. They're like, oh shoot, we can help you out with that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
I just kind of laugh, man, because I'm like, a mini fridge, a router, and a speaker box going to a bar. It's sort of like,
yo, Gregor in the chat said Forte got 69 meta in English class.
Oh my god!
Here we go.
Here we go.
Gregor is savage, yo. He's funny, man. But all right. So
I'm sorry.
By the way, big shout out to 250 people we have watching. Please hit that like button and retweet the link out to everyone on the Twitters or any other social media site you visit. Let everyone know we're live. We are doing an Xbox giveaway in the spirit of the announcement of the Xbox Series S, Series X price reveal. But yeah, I mean, this stuff was leaked. Microsoft went ahead and just decided to confirm the pricing of these two consoles. $299 for the Xbox Series X,
which is
$499.
huge.
Yes, for the Series X. I was a little worried. I we were Crossfire. Remember this 410 X spot? I was like, well, maybe this is gonna be $600 because it's September. They're being awfully quiet. But no, it's indeed $500, which is good. I think it's a great value for that console. But let me ask you guys.
$500.
Yeah, I think most of us kind of thought 500, except for
it's funny though. It's funny. I saw people on
my wallet was
laughing.
hoping it would drop to $4.
Hey, I think a lot of people are feeling like that. I know people were kind of like laughing off the whole $600 thing. I'm like, yo, you can't really laugh that off. I know some people were kind of like, oh, could it be?
Yeah.
I mean,
it easily could have been.
Right. So those. You can go ahead and beat your chest now and peacock a little bit, but don't act like you want to sweat a little bit.
Yeah, I know. Slow-mo just happy that he was right. He was right.
I knew I was right on the price the entire time. At no point did I ever say it was going to be anywhere close to 600.
Listen, Slow-mo's being
neither of these
disingenuous.
companies even really seriously thought $600 would work. If anything, they thought that the other might go $600, but themselves.
So if you wait, Slow-mo. So if they thought that the other would go $600, then they meet that kind of in their thought, in their minds are thinking thinking about it. A $600 price point will work.
Well, let me.
If I think this other person's dumb enough to do that, doesn't mean
so now you want to say dumb enough to do it. No, listen, Slow-mo. If certain companies are willing to take losses on product, if they're saying we can find a way to get
another company might do something, that means that company who thinks the other company might do it themselves. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, Slow-mo.
That's bad. That's faulty logic.
Anybody got the theme to The Odd Couple?
What that particular company wants to do.
Okay.
The Odd Couple.
Sounds really good, Slow-mo. You're on a winning horse right now, so that's fine. Just take your winning horse. Take your winning horse as of right now. Take your winning horse right now.
You are always.
It's gonna be 600 on the mid-gen refresh.
You're right.
There will be a point we pay $600 for a system.
Well, guys, let me ask the panel something here real quick. So $299 and $499 for these consoles, right? Mm-hmm. And do you guys think that had this not been leaked, that Microsoft would have gone first, if you will, with releasing the price?
Next week, anyway.
Yeah, Phil said next week. It would have been next week.
Yeah, it would have been next week. Okay.
I think they kind of planned this, to be honest with you, bro. Okay.
You think it was that? You think it was?
I think it was a controlled leak because the first person who brought it out.
Cindy was going in, bro.
Was it?
Brad Sims was the first one to bring that out.
Well, Phil Sims can't. I mean, Phil Sims.
Phil Sims.
Phil Sims.
New York Giants quarterback.
Phil Sims. No, listen.
Cindy Walker just put a thread out there, man, like saying that they weren't happy.
He actually went out and talked about that, and he actually said that
can I say time out real quick, Forte?
Time out, go.
Do you really just call him Phil Sims?
I did just call him
Like,
Phil
what
Sims.
is called?
Because I was thinking Brad Sam since it just all.
How do you get Sam's and
Yo,
Phil?
Super
Because-
Bowl
Forte's
winner.
tired, man. Forte's
Phil,
been making
you realize
videos for the
how-
last 24 hours.
Listen,
Man.
let me tell you something. I'm gonna give you a little look behind editing on YouTube. You
Yeah.
really you do not realize how many times over the course of the last 2 days that I made these videos with Brad Sims in it, and I was talking about Phil Spencer, and Phil Sims actually came up for some freaking reason. I don't know.
Phil,
It
Phil
just
Sims and Dave Meggett came up to me one day.
I
and Rodney
literally had-
Hampton
I
was
literally
right
had to
behind him.
re-record whole parts of
Ronnie
audio.
Lott, the new head of Xbox.
Actually speaking of which, one got through the class. I can't say what video is in, but if you go listen to one of the last 2 videos, you will hear
Matt Ryan
I will
runs
call him
Sony.
that. Matt Ryan. Sony.
All right,
Charles
all right,
Haley, VP.
So, all right, so they were gonna really okay. So they were gonna
I blame it on
they were
that.
going they were going to talk about this next week. All right, so Xbox has gone first now. $299, $499. Do you guys think that they have the advantage now with pricing? Because look, Phil said we're never going to get beaten price. That happened this generation. As you guys remember when the PlayStation 4 launched at $399. Feels like it's never going to happen again. Phil delivered. They have the $299 system now, which I think presents some good value if you're looking to upgrade next gen. You don't want to pay that that $499. What's that?
You said you think it gives.
Yeah,
good value?
yeah, I think
It ain't no
I think
think it does. It does. It's not think it does.
well, I mean, yeah, okay. So
Let's be
yeah,
for real. There is no. If you're looking to get into a next generation system and you don't have any allegiance to any platform and all you want to just play games, this system is literally the best deal that you can possibly get.
I would agree with that. Yes,
Yeah.
I
On
agree.
top of everything, and it's not just the system itself; it's the fact that you get if you're literally walking in with no games. This system, you are walking out with the library of a whole generation for $300. That's ridiculous,
dude.
bro. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I look, I agree with you 100%, Forte. But I guess my question to the panel is, with this now, is Microsoft in the driver's seat now? Do they have the advantage going into next generation
depends
over
on what
Sony's
advantage you're
PlayStation
talking about.
5?
Well, let me
go ahead, Bot.
if you don't mind.
Go ahead, Xbox.
First off, you know me when it comes to competition between Sony or PlayStation, Xbox, and everything like that. How many units sold and all. I don't really get into all that stuff. I will say that Xbox put themselves in a great position to get their hardware out there. All right. And the reason why, if you look at what people are saying on social media, and of course, I'm not talking, the Xbox extremist camp and the PlayStation extremist camp. But that in between, the majority of everybody else in between, that $300 price point was something that made people stop and look. All right. I saw people who prefer PlayStation now considering getting the Series S as a secondary console because it's only $300. Like there's people really thinking about, day one getting 2 next gen systems. They're putting themselves out there, to the more casual market as well, because if they market it right about the dramatic decrease in load times and all that good stuff, the Madden players out there, the strictly 2K players out there would seriously consider something like this, especially 2K, because all the money that they save, they can just spend it on virtual currency for the game. But like I've seen a lot of positivity right now when it comes to this system, not because of how it looks, because of what's in it in terms of hardware and the price point. And when was the last time a new generation started with a system that was as cheap as this? Was there a time?
No, it's been a long time. I mean, the original Xbox launched at $299, PlayStation 2 launched at $299. So Now, well, you adjust for inflation, it's still a little bit more, but that number, if you will, has been done before. It hasn't been done in quite some time, though.
Yeah, and then back then, $300 was more than what we're thinking it is right now. And another thing is, and somebody on here might disagree with me on this, because everybody's talking about when it comes to PlayStation, oh, they got the games, they're coming with Miles Morales, they got the games ready. This price point can attract a different type of gamer, though. You see what I'm saying? Like, it can attract the strictly Madden, strictly NBA, the more casual gamer to invest in this system a lot earlier than they normally would. $300 and you're getting, the brand new version of NBA 2K. Or you see what I'm saying there? There's like they're hitting a point here that I don't think we've ever seen when it comes to the business side of setting off a new generation. And I don't go into the whole competition. Oh, Xbox is gonna whoop PlayStation's ass and PlayStation is gonna whoop. Like, I don't get into all that, But I will say that Microsoft put themselves in a great position here with such a low price point that they are going to attract consumers, PlayStation consumers that will be like, you know what, for that price, I'm going to buy that as well as my PS5. And then that demographic I was talking about before. And then you add in people getting gifts for the holidays, and $300 is going to look very attractive to a lot of people for their kids or whatnot, and I think they put themselves in a great spot there, man.
Yeah. So, Xbox, you make some great points, man. I do disagree with one thing, though. I'm not saying that you won't have people that will buy it as a secondary console, like you said, PlayStation 5 owners. But I will say this: like, you talk about like the Madden fans, 2K fans, and I'm sure you may have some people bleed over to this, to the Series S. I almost call it the Series X, the Series S for $299, and maybe get those next gen 2K experiences, but. I've said this, and I've said this multiple times on this podcast. This was the generation to win, because this is the generation where you really are tied to that ecosystem, your friends list. And I don't know how many people might be willing. I'm not saying none will, but I do think that that's something to factor in. Like, if you're somebody who plays Madden, maybe you have most of your friends on, PlayStation 4, for example. You may not want to leave PlayStation, because you're investing in that ecosystem. Your friends are there. Your buddies that you play Madden with every night are there. You may not want to leave that. I mean,
there is a demographic for that. Definitely. There's a demographic even on the Xbox side when it comes to like the friends on your friends list and what they're investing in. There are people that are going to think about that as well. But I got to ask, are we talking short term here or long term? Because I think what Microsoft did here, because can you imagine if these systems came out with a healthy Halo Infinite? Can you imagine like what would be the build up there? It would be crazy right now, but unfortunately Halo Infinite was delayed until next year. This price point and what they're doing here, and even though the games that are going to be ready within that, hold on, Brad, launch window, even though those games, like Scorn, Medium, stuff like that, they're not games that really catch people's ears, because newer games, smaller games in some instances, but Microsoft has created a nice cushion for themselves with a $300 price point. Because, I agree with Forte. Day one through the first few months, all the diehard, hardcore gamers are going to buy these things. They're going to be limited supply. Everybody's going to sell out of both PlayStations and both Xbox Series. Series.
You know what? And people don't give you credit, bro. And I agree with you, because the funny thing is, people think that you are just a bot and all you do is cat for Microsoft, and that's not the case, because you do have some very compelling arguments on why you think things are going to be the way they are. I don't think anybody believes that Sony really has anything to worry about when it comes to the selling of their platform on against Xbox. I do think Xbox just made it more competitive by making this system a cheaper system and a cheaper option for people to get into. I also think them doing the whole all access thing is a whole nother way of getting people that aren't ready to jump into next generation day one to get more people in day one. So they're doing a lot of things that can definitely help subsidize what's going to happen with the system over the course of the generation. But is it really truly going to impact PlayStation? Not really, because I think overall people that are going to buy PlayStations are still going to buy them whenever they come out. They may just happen to pick up this Xbox One at $299. Shout out to BG to the video he made earlier. He talked about just that. $299 is a system that you literally just walk into the store and you buy because you ain't got nothing to do.
You know, and here's the thing, Forte. Again, you know, when it comes to Microsoft versus Sony and PlayStation versus Xbox, I want both of them to succeed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we all see, you know, you can look at like what's going on with Madden in terms of a game, but you can look at it in terms of something that does not have competition. All right. And look what happens with that.
Madden's
you know,
trash.
They get lazy. They decide to do, you know, half step improvements. And they're like, well, what are you going to do? I mean, we're the only football game you got, basically. And, you know, so when it comes down to it, I want to see both of them succeed. And from what I'm seeing, from what Microsoft is doing, and again, that lower price point, I think people are going to underestimate exactly what that's going to do. If anything, at the least, it created a cushion for their first party to be ready. You know, because don't think that, you know, throughout, you know, going into 2021, you know, I hope and pray that Xbox they don't do that whole only kind of like 18-month thing. And right. they keep showing what's down the line as well. Little teasers here, little CGI trailer there, stuff to show that stuff is still coming. And I think they're going to do it because they are heavily invested in Game Pass, and their first party goes day and date into Game Pass. I even think the whole EA thing, and I think that's something Enrique put that we're going to talk about as well. I think that's mostly for Game Pass xCloud when it comes down to merging those things together. But I see Microsoft positioning themselves to really grab mindshare. They're hitting people at the wallet first and foremost. And around holiday time, a lot of people are going to consider that, especially now. You know, people have lost their jobs. They still want to get gifts. They have the all access, $25 a month for the Series S, $35 for the Series X. If you could swing that, they're making the platform available to a wide range of people, and it's just going to end up better for them in the long run.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, Xbot. I want to get the super chat here from our buddy Predator H2Os.
Predator,
Pred with the $10 super chat. Thank you, Pred. He said, would have been a better launch with Halo. Imagine now people may be able to get both PlayStation 5 and Series S if they get the Series S through all access. Just need you play on Game Pass. You play on Game Pass would actually would be fire. I actually like that better than EA. But no, that's a great point, Xbot. I think you know, with what's it called, the you know, all access, what Microsoft's offering. I mean, they're making a very compelling reason or argument why you should pick up this console. You know, at what is it? I think $25 a month, which also includes Game Pass Ultimate, which we'll get into a little bit. But I want to get to the rest of the panel here. What do you guys think about this? You know, Microsoft's, you know, move here. I mean, they're clearly in a better position. I think we'd all agree with that, right?
Yeah, they're definitely in a much better position, and I mean, we all kind of figured that this would be the price point that they would go with, and it was the smart move for them to do that. Like, this targets two different demographics. It targets the casual gamer that only plays like 2 or 3 games a year, and you know what those games are: Call of Duty, Madden, 2K, FIFA. That kind of gamer. They don't really venture too far out of that. They don't venture too far out of those annual releases. And then it also targets the actually, I would say, the Nintendo and the Sony gamer that would, you know, say, hey, I could spend $300 and try out one of those games that is exclusive to that ecosystem when those games come out, when I am ready for those games. Now, I don't think you're going to see that kind of gamer that's going to use the Xbox S as a secondary console until later, like sometime in 2021, a little bit later, once there are actually first-party games from Xbox Game Studios that people want to play. Right now, they don't have that at the moment. They're not going to have it at launch. So I don't think people are going to just go out there and grab it. Although you will get those who just they got that disposable income. Yeah, I'm gonna just go pick it up just because. You're gonna get those people. I'm getting one because I have an Xbox One X that I use to play with some friends who just have Xbox, and the games that we play together don't have crossplay, so I can't play with them on PC. And so for $300, I can get a much better piece of hardware to do that with. Cool. I don't have a problem with it. It's going to sell a lot, I think, this Christmas or this holiday. I don't think.
I mean, Slow-Mo, you're picking one up, right? You're the Series S.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, I'm definitely picking one up.
Yeah.
The thing is that I don't think the Series X is going to sell out the same way. I think
I'm hoping.
What?
This is you hoping.
It sounds like a bet.
This is you hoping.
No, we already have a bet on this.
Yeah,
we already have a bet on this.
Does it involve you playing Bugsnax?
No, but he's going to owe me a game. It's for $60 game. He's going to owe me a game in January.
All right, yeah, let's up that.
No, we're not upping that. No, that's what it is.
Let's add Bugsnax to that. Let's add Bugsnax to that. You pick something that I got to do.
No,
let's add something to that. Come on.
What did I just say?
Why you scared?
I'm not scared.
Okay.
You scared?
There's zero way.
Slow-Mo's never
zero
wrong.
way
Remember,
you're
Slow-Mo's
going to try to.
Slow-Mo's never wrong though. Slow-Mo's never wrong.
Instigate me into doing this. No, look at my name. Look at my name. No.
Slow-Mo backslap is never wrong. Remember?
Look at changing the bet.
Remember when Slow-Mo speaks, we listen.
You already know you lost. You acknowledged it weeks ago.
So basically,
why am I going to change?
So why would I? But
I'm
giving you more though.
Money. You put up
I'm
with
giving
these
you
guys
more
every week, man. I give you. Props,
I'm giving you more, Slow-Mo. I'm giving you more than just a $60 game.
No, I'm good. I'm good with my one game.
All right, go ahead with your point, Slow-Mo.
Look at my name. No,
he saw that Xbox Series that S come out, and now he a little shaken. I got you.
No, because the both versions of the PS5 are going to sell out. You know that.
And both versions of the Xbox is going to sell out, and it's going to come out.
Going to get the
and it's going to come out.
Where do I put the game in?
You know what? Let's before you keep talking this crap that you're talking about.
Can you even let me?
Hold on, because you're talking
it's not going to sell out.
You're talking blasphemy right now. You're talking blasphemy right now. Look,
you already
E-Money. We're going to ask the people. We're going to ask the people a reason that's on this podcast. We're going to ask B-Money and E-Jack. We're going to ask them. And B-Money, do you guys think you're going to be able to walk into a store on the day of Christmas and still pick up an Xbox that's one of these new systems?
Cut me off and then start asking B-Money and E.
You said they're going to be sitting on shelves. So are you changing your opinion, sir? Are they going to be sitting on shelves or not?
Opinion. I want to finish my point so I can actually explain to you why I think you're going to be sitting on shelves.
Because it's going to be along the same line of things you've been saying.
Maybe over there and actually be quiet for once and not say words incorrectly. And I can finish my point.
Just go ahead and say your stuff, man, because you're wrong, but go ahead.
All right. I'll be wrong. That's rare.
Wow.
We never said that you weren't always right. We're just saying you're wrong in this instance.
Wait, hey, Forte, let Slow-Mo finish his point. Now let's go to B and Eric Jackson get their
my point is that the reason why the Series X is going to not saying it's going to like be a failure or it's going to not sell at all. It's going to sell. But it's going to sell out. I don't think it's going to sell out like that. I don't think it's going to sell out the way the Series S is going to sell or both of the SKUs of the PS5 because that SKU is going head to head $500 with what the PS5 is likely going to be also $500 with the digital probably like $450. You're going towards a different demographic then. You're going towards a demographic that is more of a hardcore gamer, and they care way more about than just the same casual games that that casual gamers play, like Fortnite and all those other games that we mentioned before. They want to see what your first party catalog is like, and you don't have anything at all that remotely compares in their eyes to Spider-Man Miles Morales or Ratchet and Clank. You just don't have anything like that, or Demon Souls. You don't have anything like that coming out in this holiday. So there's no compelling reason for someone who had a PS4 to go to an Xbox Series X. What? Because it's more powerful? That's it? I mean, we've seen now, like with the Xbox One X was more powerful than the PlayStation 4 Pro, and that meant nothing. So it's not going to be enough now for hardcore.
Yeah,
Xbox
that was midway through a generation. I don't know how you can compare the start of a generation within like a midway.
Start of a generation, midway through the generation, gamers still care about what they care about, and what they care about is games.
Well, there's Demon Souls.
Only the console warriors care about which one is more powerful.
I don't care about which one sells anything. I just know as a person that works in retail, that these systems will not be sitting in stores on the day that Christmas comes out, and they will all be sold out.
Hey, okay, real quick, guys. I want to wrap B and Eric into this conversation. B, what are your thoughts, man?
I mean, the announcement definitely offers a tremendous value at the $299 price point. But I mean, this announcement didn't move the needle for me at all. It's it is what it is. It's a nice announcement for Xbox, but didn't really interest me at all. So it was just another day for me.
So B, you so I kind of feel the same way you do, and I only feel like because I'm like, you know what, I still need to see more in terms of exclusive content, right? Like that compelling content I've been wanting for them for a long time. That's kind of where, like, great announcement. I recognize the value of the Series S. We're talking about GamePass here in a minute, but do you kind of feel like that? It's like, okay, that's nice, but I really want to see what they're.
I've already got Game Pass, so like you're not selling me anything there. You know what I mean? Like, cool, you're adding EA access, like EA Play or whatever. Like, I don't play any EA games now besides Battlefield, and that's not coming out till next year. And that game isn't going to be there day and date. So, like, I'm still going to buy it day one. So, like, that stuff doesn't, like, do anything for me. And then, you know what I mean? Because there's no other game that, like, has me really excited. It's like, okay, like, I'll get excited when the games come. Like,
yeah, I hear you, man.
That price point doesn't really move the needle for me at all.
It's a great point, B. I mean, it's kind of how I feel. But do you agree with Forte that this thing's going to be sold out, Christmas time?
Well, I mean, it just depends on the supply. I mean, I think definitely, I've worked in retail many years ago, 360 days, and I mean, you couldn't keep one on a shelf regardless of what the price was. You know what I mean? We sold out of both models. You know what I mean?
Yeah, B, check this out. B Money, check this out. Again, 2013. The whole everything that was going on around the Xbox One, and PS4 got off to a huge head start. One thing I will say, my GameStop, we had none of those. Like, we had no systems in stock. When they came in, they went out the same day, no matter what. Even with everything that was going on with Xbox One, DVR and the camera's always spying on you, and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? We still couldn't keep them in stock. Like, they still left the same day that they came in. So I don't see why people would be saying any different this time around.
Well, I think the only difference now is that, like, all your games are playable on a system that you currently have. So, like, a lot of people don't necessarily need to make that jump right away. So that's one thing that I've brought up since they made that announcement that all these games will be cross-generational. So in this case, like, if you just bought an Xbox One X last year, are you in a rush to buy a new Xbox this year? You know what I mean? Like, if all the games are going to be on your same console, slightly better at the $300 price, or maybe not even as good. You know what I mean? It just depends on that particular game, and if they provide any improvements, for that game. on that console. Otherwise, you're looking at a $500 price point, and it's like, well, I spent $300 last Christmas, and I'm getting the same games. There's no Halo this year. You know what I mean? Maybe I could hold off until next spring, or you know what I mean, the next holiday to see what they got. So, I mean, I think that plays a factor too.
The funny thing is, you're right. You're absolutely right about that. But for every person like you, there's 5 or 6 people that are the complete opposite. That will literally walk into the store and buy just because, like I said, I thought just like Slow, and this one I don't want to even make it seem like Slow-Mo is like completely being asinine in what he's saying, because he's not. He's absolutely right in what he's saying. In the thought process.
Correct. Yes, I
he's
am.
absolutely listen. He's absolutely right in his thought process. But I thought like that until I actually saw it happen. 2017, when 2018, when Xbox ain't had nothing for you to buy, and they just had a whole bunch of Xboxes sitting in my back room. I remember literally going into the week before Christmas, like I have 60 Xboxes in my back room. No PlayStations, 60 Xboxes. Nobody was buying them. And literally in a blink of an eye before Christmas, every last one of those systems were gone. Nobody wanted to buy an Xbox. The Xbox One X was still $500 at that point. They weren't on discount. And people literally bought the system because it was the only thing available. So at a certain point, that's going to happen again, because they're not going to have they're not going to have the Xbox One S on the market. I truly believe the reason that they're keeping those systems around is for holiday bundles for Black Friday. I think that's going to be the ultra cheap bundle that they're going to sell for like $150 to $200 to everybody on Black Friday. And I think the same thing is going to be for the PlayStation 4. They're going to have those bundles for $199 with some games packed in it to get everybody excited that didn't get into last generation, and they're going to sell those things like crazy on Black Friday. And then when it comes to the rest of the holiday, if you want hardware, you're going to have to pick between an Xbox and PlayStation. And at that point, once one sells out and once the rubber meets the road, everybody's going to start picking up what they can find that's available. That's just literally what happens all the time. I see it every year.
Yo, check this out.
See it at your
I see it everywhere, dude. You can't.
You see it everywhere. You sell consoles everywhere.
No,
you sell
people. No. Listen, you don't understand.
You sell in Maryland. You sell in Florida.
Slow-mo. Let me ask you something. I literally have people that call and ask me like, "Hey, what stores have stuff available?" I will literally do SKU checks in other states and see if they have them. They don't.
Damn, you a creeper.
I mean,
you are a creeper.
I'll tell you this for
How's that creepy?
You're a creeper.
It's just a simple fact that a person asks you a question, you just look it up. It's called good customer service. First of all,
let B Money chime in. Go ahead, B.
That may be true for GameStops, but I'll tell you, if you go to a Best Buy, them things they sitting on the shelf. They sitting up in top stock shelves, just collecting dust. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so like
same at Walmart.
Yeah, and same thing at Walmart and Targets too.
And
you know what I mean? So like it just depends on the retailer and what the quantity that they are supplied with. And you know what I mean, that being GameStop is the go-to for where people think that's where they go to buy games, or that's where they go to buy.
I wouldn't know that anymore.
But you know what I mean? If you go to a Best Buy, Target, Walmart, they all sell consoles too. And I'll tell you, during the holiday season, they're stacked up and they just chilling.
Yep.
You know what?
That was going to be my point. Thank you, B.
Well, you know what, Slow-Mo? All you got to do is on the day after Christmas, Slow-Mo, walk into a Walmart.
That they must be sold out.
You're absolutely no. I don't
must be sold out at Target and Walmart and every other store that sells the same product. But that's an assumption that you don't have any concrete facts.
Slow-Mo, I was going to tell you to do the exact same thing. If I lose I don't care. It's fun just to have a back and forth with you on this stuff. It doesn't really matter. But overall, I want you to go. You can win this bet on Christmas Day. We don't even have to wait past Christmas to see what happens. All you got to do is walk. You can walk. All you got to do. No. Listen, Slow-Mo. Listen. All you got to do is walk into a Walmart or a Best Buy or a Target. If you can tweet me a picture of a freaking Xbox sitting on the thing, I will satisfy the bet right in and there.
Okay, real quick, guys. I want to get Eric's thoughts on
you
this.
Probably know they won't let people know COVID, but go ahead. Continue. My bad.
Go ahead.
No, I think an initial allotment will absolutely sell out because we see that time and again, and because you're going to get the hardcore that are probably a lot of them are going to buy an X and an S. So I think you'll get that like definitely. Now, to one of the points was, like beginning of this gen, things sold out, but at the same time, you have to kind of think about where Microsoft's position is with everybody. Yeah, people ran and they probably bought all the Xbox Ones, but that was also, they were still kind of living off of that goodwill of what they did with 360. They were the name of last gen in North America, So, but you're also, this time you're contending with, and this also depends on the strategy of Sony's backwards compatibility or whatever. You got people now who are more tied into an ecosystem than they were last time too. So I think definitely when it comes to the S, you'll probably get a lot more on that. I kind of agree with Slow-Mo, but the X might be a little bit of the.
Well, the S is going to sell more just because it's the more affordable console.
Right, well, absolutely.
That's every
can he finish his point? I mean, as soon as he starts saying something you don't want to hear, you cut him off.
I'm muting my Viking. Won't say anything else. I'm good.
Continue, E.
So,
a lot of sexual tension between you two, but go ahead, E.
Hey, wait, why gotta be all that? I mean, you always go to the sexual tension part. It's just
people in live chat are saying it too. But go ahead.
All right, they got issues too. I don't know what's up with them.
Go ahead, E.
But yeah, and I mean, as far as it's definitely possible that these things could sell out. But I'm kind of in agreement with B. When it comes to this kind of thing, it's sort of like I think when it comes to allotment, where PlayStation's concerned, I think those will probably all be gone because it's the market leader, it's the popular one, it's the one that most kids talk about. But at the same time, you have a lot of people who just bought consoles. So I mean, it's just, for me, it's hard to say. But for my own personal position, I haven't moved off my square where I stand. Like I'm not looking to buy another Xbox because right now, like B said, I'm already invested in Game Pass. I have an X. It will be okay. I don't necessarily need to pay
almost no load times, brother. No load times. Dramatically shorter load times. I would trade in my X for an S for that, man.
I'm already experiencing that on PCMR. So, but go ahead, E.
for how much money again, bro? How much money for you to experience that?
Let's not pocket watch Xbox.
I'm showing that some people aren't going to spend that $1,300 to $1,500 for that experience right now, but they damn sure will pay $3,000 to $5,000.
Yeah, good. Yeah, go ahead, E. Finish your point, man.
But what I'm saying though is I get that, but I'm not. But at the same time, I'm not looking to move from an X to an S. If I'm going to move to to the Series X. But at the same time, I'm the person that you haven't shown me. I've already given you enough money in hardware. You have not shown me on the game front where we're going yet.
Hey, I want to. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I want to park what you just said and go back to it, table it and go back. But go ahead, man, finish.
So, are you interrupting me or no?
No, I'm just saying. I'm sorry. What I'm saying is
interrupt you. So
I want to. I'm saying is I want to go.
You
back
wanted to interrupt me to tell me that you're not going to interrupt me to continue.
Go ahead, man. Finish, E.
That's the new one. No, so I'm just saying for where I'm at right now, I'm playing the game. It's fine. I'm all about the quality of life stuff, but is that enough for me to run right now and go buy a new system?
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm okay where I'm at right now. That's just me. That's not everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, when you show me that true bang, it's like, okay, you're invested. And I know it's coming. I know people keep telling me to wait and it's coming. And I'm sure it's coming and they're working on the things. But we're at the point now where you got to show.
Brother, when you're ready. And that's why, when it came down to it, Microsoft, Xbox, they were really kind of adamant about this whole cross-generation thing. Because, if you feel like there's nothing there right now and you're happy with where you are, they're like, oh, shoot, you're still investing in Game Pass. You're still helping with our revenue. You're helping to bring money in for us to make more games and stuff like that. Keep doing you, brother.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I know, I'm all down for faster load times, but for the time being, I'll go get a soda.
Oh, dude, I'm a Destiny 2 player on my Xbox.
Oh, that's brutal. Brutal.
There's something called the Rainbow Road. It's the loading before you get into a Crucible match or a strike or something like that, and I cannot stand that thing anymore. I can't.
That thing's always like 15 seconds for me.
Yeah, that's all good. And how much was your PC, by the way? I'm just saying, like,
Hey, we're not talking about price. We're talking about load
but
time.
check this out,
Hey,
Enrique.
They high stepping.
Enrique, I want to throw something at you real quick because people they're comparing both platforms and they're like, well, the games like Spider-Man and everything on PlayStation, and what does Xbox have? What would happen? Because I know I'm not a part of this group. I don't look at scores and all that good stuff. Like, I look at reviews to hear what people say about the game, but I can give two shits about the number at the end, right? What would happen if like games like Medium turn into like the gaming news' darling? What if for some rhyme or reason, games that are either timed on Xbox or Xbox exclusive, and a couple of them are Series X, Series S exclusive, what if those get those really high scores that some people like out there, and the media really starts talking them up? Now, all of a sudden, people who were like, well, damn, I really want to try that game, there's a $300 option right there for them to get in on that game. That's what I think people...
Let me ask you the same question.
Okay.
When PlayStation was having all those same games, were people running out buying PlayStations, or were people complaining or saying that they couldn't afford 2 consoles or some other nonsense that they were making up?
Well, what games? Because there was a point in time where I was like, you know what, I need to check out what PlayStation has to offer, and I bought a PS4.
But I mean, they've had games the entire generation like that have had high scores, have been talked about in the media, and people are like, it's not worth you getting a PlayStation 4.
Like Persona 5, Justice, which is like the spiritual successor to Yakuza, would be one example. Be money, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I hear you on that, man, and that is a good point. Like, the only thing I would say that would be different this time around, when a new generation kicks off, people are very hyper. You know what I'm saying? People are looking in on new experience, especially the hardcore. Like, when games are gonna get reviewed and stuff like that on the new consoles, especially the hardcore, they are right there in the first row watching it. You know what I'm saying? Checking it out and all that good stuff. And people are really hyper and maybe a little less kind of like little less hard with their wallet at that point in time as well. And they just want to get in on these new experiences and whatever the gaming media is talking about at that point in time, that could also gain traction. Like I said, I think Microsoft, what they did with the Series S and the price point, at the least, is they gave themselves a good cushion for when their first party stuff is going to start rolling out.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Like, the traction with the hardcore, we're the ones that more tied to maybe read more of the media outlets, what they're saying about games. I mean, I could certainly, I see that point. I do got to get the super chat, guys. Bobby Jackson with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Bobby.
Dude, you almost had to pay rent for being there.
I know, right? Yeah, it says he says these Xbox S and X pricing may be good for PS5 pricing because it may force Sony to be competitive on price in case they were planning.
Oh, that is true, bro. Because of this, you will not get a $600 PS5. So
I don't think so. I'd be surprised. Yeah. I'd be surprised. That would not be a good move by Sony. But I want to go back to your point, Eric. What you said about something to the effect of you're waiting for them to show you or something, meaning Microsoft. I'm paraphrasing here.
No. It's the same thing I've been saying on the podcast and I think B's been saying the same thing for the last couple of years. And I know people they come in and they like to name all the games that are coming and this and that. And I'm like, I'm talking specifically like on like the first party front. I know we can say we got Wasteland 3, you got Battletoads, you got this, you got that. The
Battletoads. Sorry.
And I'm like,
it's a reaction.
And I got it. But what is your definitive thing? From a first party, because I've been here with the X. I bought the X because it was supposed to be, when people say, well, it plays the multiplayer better. Okay, that's fine. But again, what are you doing from your first party?
They were doing Halo Infinite, but
that's
unfortunately,
exactly. I mean,
that was going to be their big thing. If you notice, like they had marketing all wrapped around it. They had like
they just showed those Funko Pops the other day, bro.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying? So, like, first off, I feel like it was unprecedented that there was only one first party game coming out on the new Xbox. Like, I swear I've never heard that before. There was always at least some type of action game and a racing game. You know what I'm saying? There was usually a couple first party there because, first party devs, they know about the system a lot more than the third party does. They've dealt with the hardware longer than the third party. And, we're kind of in unprecedented times. Now it's even more so because the game got delayed. And like, I have never seen a console launch without a first party game. Never seen it.
Yeah, it's wild. But Eric, to your point,
and conversely, I mean, we're still waiting to see what Sony's first party lineup is going to be and what they're doing and all those things too. So less people sitting here in the chat thinking that we're kind of dunking on Microsoft and not thinking, no, they have a lot of stuff to answer for too.
Yeah. But to your point, Eric, about the first party stuff and so Delirium Blades, big shout out to Blades, made some very interesting comments here about. I was discussing first party. He mentioned something about they're not making what was it? Give me a sec here. He said stop looking for exclusive content. That's your first problem. They made it clear that this is not their focus. It is on you at this point looking for anything different. But I disagree with that because they've invested in a lot of these first party studios.
Yeah,
that's a tremendous dollar investment.
Which one is it? They invested in first party studios to put out exclusive games, or they didn't? Which one is it?
Right.
I'm not even hearing that noise no more. If that fits you, then that's fine. That fits you. But I'm not making that excuse. I'm not doing it.
I think what he's saying here, and because shout out to Blades. I call him the ray of sunshine on Xbox Live because he's always so positive. Like when we used to game on Xbox together. But I think what he's kind of like pointing to is the fact that, first party is also on PC day and date. So if you're looking for an actual console, just only on the console, you're not going to get it. But they definitely invested on first party. And,
well, yeah, that was, yeah. Yep.
That's what we referred to.
That's what I was referred to. Yeah. Go ahead, B.
You know what I mean? We want quality games from first party. That's it.
And here's what I'm gonna say to this too, because I'll say this to other people as well. I'm fully aware of what Microsoft is up to and kind of where they're going. We've been saying it for years on this podcast. I have no problem with where they're going, but I'm also the kind of consumer who's like, you can keep going when I don't have to go with you.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be one of the people that sit here on Twitter and make every excuse. Like I see like these old head gamers that all of a sudden act like the old way was terrible and we were being duped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, no, I came up a certain way. I get it. But if that's not the way they're going and that's not for me, as a consumer, I'll say, Godspeed, go with where you're going. I'm not there with them yet. But you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I know they're including the PC, but they're putting PC exclusives out there.
True that, dude.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they are.
But the comment on the console side, people are like, well, this is what they're doing. And it's like, yo, they're still charging console players for online. They don't charge PC players for online. They're still making they're making the console PC exclusives, and they're not doing it for console. So right there, I could say, well, they may be saying that they're repping the console, but I don't necessarily feel that Microsoft is going to be in the console business in the next few years.
Yeah,
I don't say that very often. So I look at these people who kind of push and defend that and kind of go with everything that they say and they run with it and go, yeah, that's what's up. This is the future. This is where we're going. I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? They're trying things. They're pushing things out there. They're seeing where it goes. Like I see people that say GamePass is the future. And I say, you need to put something else on there and say it's the future for Xbox. That's where they're going. Maybe they do something so big with that, it changes the whole thing. But they're trying something right now. I'm just not I'm not the same as everybody else. I don't jump in the cart with everybody else. Mm-hmm. Because the cart may roll a little bit and then the missile may hit that bitch. I'll be on the hill looking at your ass burn and blow up.
When it comes down to it, I don't think that Microsoft and Xbox are looking to get out of the console space because they are, first off, all console quote unquote exclusives are going to be on PC from now on, day and date. If you look at like Flight Simulator, Gears Tactics, they put those on PC
let's remember
first.
Yeah, it's on PC, like the first party stuff, but it's part of that ecosystem. So it's part of Game Pass Ultimate.
What I'm saying, the reason why I don't think that they're just gonna throw out consoles is if they want to reach those couple billion gamers that Phil talked about. And I know people laugh every time somebody brings it up, but listen to me on this, right? They need to be relevant in the PC space, in the console space, and in the mobile space. I think they know they need all three of those to get to the potential of the numbers that Phil Spencer was talking about. So I think that they know that they need those three areas, and they're doing that with xCloud, and of course, Microsoft first party, going day and date to PC and console. I think the end goal is strictly a streaming service. And I know people have laughed when I said this, but I believe that at the end of the day, the end goal is very similar between PlayStation and Xbox. It's just that Xbox started a lot earlier and they have their own server farms. That those are the only two things. But when it comes down to it, they're reworking PlayStation now. They hired people to do that about a year ago. We haven't really heard anything about what they're doing in terms of upgrading it. We saw a couple changes, and it's funny that those couple changes were very similar to what was going on with Game Pass. You see what I'm saying? I hear that. The long game, I think, is very similar for both of these companies, but
I agree.
I feel like allegiances out there to pieces of plastic get people not to look that far ahead and just say, no, this is what it is. This is what I like. This is my plastic and that's it. But in the long run, I think they're basically going down that same, they want to hit that same destination. They're just taking different routes to get there.
No, I would agree with that.
I agree with you too. And here's the thing I want people to understand. If I say, I think that they may want to get out of the console business, I don't mean that that's immediate. I don't mean that that's going to be right around the corner, but I think you're 100% correct. I think all these cats, why would you want to keep making hardware when it costs you dough? If you can go into streaming, if you can go into publishing, and you can offload to people and say, yeah, go build your own rig. You're good. I don't have to worry about doing it. I can just service you the games, sell you the games, or even get you to the point where I give you a streaming stick and you're off and running. That costs a lot less to do.
He's not wrong.
That's a great point, E. That's a great point. Guys, I gotta catch up with some bills here. We got El Matador 809 with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Matador. Says now the Series S can go head to head with PS5. But anyway, Sony just sitting here playing chess as usual. But when PS5 price, Twitter will explode. I guess you say when they announce the price of the PS5.
Bring it in at 400. Bring it in the disc version at 400.
They do that. That's an uppercut.
They're not going to do that. But
no, they're not going to do that. Say if they did,
I was hoping both companies would.
You think they would be?
Wouldn't put it past them.
You think Sony would come in at $400 and lose money on the console?
That would. I think 500. They'd be losing money on the console. To be really honest,
for the all digital, yeah, I can see them going 400.
I think the all digital is going to be $400. But I was talking about the disc one.
Oh, the disc.
Oh no, I think that's.
No, I think they might line that one up right next to the X.
The X, yeah, that's what I think too. Yeah, I don't see them doing 400 for the disc, but I gotta get Key Up 901 with the $5 super chat. Says, let's be real, most gamers are playing third-party games. This Game Pass is huge positive to all gamers. Dreamcast had the best first-party launch ever. They did, but. Sega was in financial problems because of the botch of
their damage was done before they even got the Dreamcast out. Man, they had already.
Dreamcast was my favorite console, by the way, all time.
By the way, happy anniversary to the launch of the Dreamcast. By the way, which happened
999, baby.
Yeah, yep, 999. So,
am I ready to rumble, baby?
Woo! I love that game.
Yeah, let's sit on that for 1 second. I said this earlier, and I was thinking about it. That 99.99, man. That whole campaign around that launch lineup, what that console was capable of, that whole thing was hype.
Yeah, it was, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because I remember sitting in a movie theater on a date, and I saw they play this. This is when they started doing commercials and movies before the movie came on. And I had my arm around her, and then they showed 2K, and I jumped up and took her with me.
Forward flying in the air.
Yeah, man. No, but they showed like that Sonic and then the whale jumping behind him, and then they showed 2K football, and I was like, what? I was like,
I
Madden.
never wanted a console so bad
Thanks,
as
bro.
before the Dreamcast launched, man. And I was completely happy with it. Yo, the controller ports would fail. So there were definitely things about the hardware that weren't great, but dude, just gaming on it, all the peripherals, all the games, my NFL 2K, my NBA, like everything across the board. Dude, I love my Dreamcast.
Yeah, man.
Tell you, man, those sports games changed my life.
Yep. It was a whole different thing. I looked at it, I was like, I said, yo, Madden's in trouble.
I thought fact, and it actually got in trouble. I mean,
Oh yeah.
2K eventually, was the football game to get, the football sim
Yes,
to get.
sir.
So yeah,
First person football. What up?
Yo, man. And when they came with that $20 2K,
Oh,
Yo, man, I was
good.
talking about that last night, and I likened that to what Xbox is doing with the Series S. Because when you think about it, what 2K did was they knew that they were going to get outsold every single year, just doing what they kept doing. And they knew they had, and I'm not saying the Xbox has a superior product, but 2K knew they had superior product to Madden. Madden was even worse then than it is now.
Yeah, man.
And it was just like, they just didn't care. It was literally no changes and just a roster update every single year.
And taking away the features people started liking.
Yeah,
Like every year on year.
it was just ridiculous. So it was just, they said, you know what? I mean, we could go in at $60 like Madden and not sell anything. Or, since we're going to lose money anyway, we can launch 3 weeks early, charge them just $20, the bare minimum that we can actually charge, and see what happens. And they knew that people would be like, you know what? I really want to play a football game right now.
And you know that they did that on all their sports games that year.
Mm-hmm.
That's what actually turned the tide for Visual Concepts and Take-Two Interactive. Is once they did that $20 price point, most people started taking notice to their games, and they kind of swung them to that side, and they were actually able to go back to regular price the following year, and people, went with 2K. So
yeah, it's removing barriers. If you feel you have a product that people will like, people have set up barriers in their mind to say, no, I'm good. I don't need that. Oh, that costs too much. Oh, it's the same cost as this other product that I think is better. Okay, all right, well, let's take the price out of there. Let's make it spicy. Let's make it, enticing for you to give it a shot. Then people may actually just say, you know what, I got nothing else to do. Why not? And then they may actually enjoy what you have in store. So yeah, that's why I think the Series S is going to sell out. It's going to fly off the shelves at that price, because it's just so many people are just going to give it a shot just because, hey, it's just $300.
Yeah, it's a solid price point, man. Very compelling price point for sure. Guys, it's 11:02. I want to get to the last topic here because this was actually massive news. We talked about this a couple weeks of the show that there was going to be some kind of EA or EA Play was going to make its way to Game Pass. We wasn't sure if it was going to be included or maybe if it was going to be you have to pay like additional money to have it included at a cheaper rate, whatever the case is. Anyhow, big news. EA Play is going to be rolled into Game Pass Ultimate, which I think, again, I mean, look, this Game Pass, tremendous value there. This just adds even more value to the service, opening up the catalog of EA games. The only one thing that I wish came with this deal or this partnership is EA games like new releases day and date. That would have been awesome. But still, I mean, you're getting even more content on top from a well-known publisher, and we could debate whether or not you like EA games, but regardless of whether you like them or not, it's just another option, another catalog open up to you if you subscribe to Game Pass Ultimate. I would go to you, Xbot, our special guest this evening. What were your thoughts, man, when you heard this announcement?
My thoughts, I turned on my Xbox to see if it was happening already, just to see, what was in the library, because I haven't had, I haven't had EA Play since it was EA Access, and even that it was like couple years ago. But my thought as a YouTuber, I think it's something that I haven't heard a lot of people say. This is huge news, but it's not necessarily huge for like console gamers. Like it's an added library to an already, incredible service in terms of value. So, anytime you add more games to that type of service, it's more value. I think that this move was for xCloud though. And the reason why is to get those sports people, those Madden people, even though it's not the newest Madden, if you can play last year's Madden, last year's FIFA, games like that, and you can like game on the go, you can play on the go. There are some really hardcore FIFA and Madden people that, when they hear that they can stream that game to their phone and still play it on their lunch break, or when they're out with their in-laws or something like that, are going to be absolutely down for that. And I think it's just another way of warming up another group, another community of gamers inside the entire gaming community, but another community of gamers that really kind of looks at specific games and then try to entice them into Game Pass with xCloud and streaming the games, streaming the Maddens when they want to, the FIFAs when they want to. I think that was the main goal of them merging EA Play into Game Pass.
For Madden, for the current Madden, you get access to play it early, like for a few hours, but you don't. It's not like Origin Premier.
A 10-hour trial.
Yeah, you get a 10-hour trial, so they couldn't really stream it anytime they want, unless they continue with the whole xCloud thing, where like they put Madden in xCloud earlier this year, even if you didn't own it, but you could only access it through xCloud.
Yeah, it was through the beta. Like we should have known something was up when they did that, man.
Yeah, that did seem like that was like they were testing some things out and kind of feeling their way around a nice little partnership there. I found EA Play to not like, you get the back catalog stuff, the older stuff, but their newer stuff, you still gotta buy it, or you wait until it gets put into the vault, which may take like anywhere between like I think 6 to 8 months or something like that. Which, I mean, it is more games going into the catalog. There is more games that are going into Game Pass overall. But if you want to play Madden, you're still going to have to buy Madden. I've always, like, I had EA Play when I wasn't on PC. And it was something that I had, but it was one of those things where you check your account. Oh, crap, EA Play renewed again. And it's just like I was going to cancel that and I forgot. But now then you talk yourself out of canceling it then, because hey, something might come up, I might want to play it, but then like I got Origin Premier, which is way better. Origin Premier on PC. They really should talk about putting Origin on consoles as well. It's basically like a mini Game Pass. Like, is
this why PC is the best place to play? I mean, like, you play.
Yeah, it is.
Origins, right?
I mean, like, you get all their games. You can play them whenever you want.
Don't have to play online.
Yeah, and you also can play other games that are not published.
I'm gonna need you to have at least a year of PC gaming under your belt before you start talking like this, man.
Mr. Jackson, I would like to remind the panel here that I've been officially this month a PC gamer for a year.
It's been a year already?
Yes, it has. Go ahead, Slow-Mo.
That seems very convenient.
And you have grown more pompous every day since you got one.
Of course, it's PC, baby.
Hey, B, I think we need to go check those records, man. That seems very convenient that he's been on there for a year. Hey, Chad, do your thing, man. Like, let's look that up.
People can pull the receipts. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is that Origin Premier is a much better deal. It's not as good as Game Pass because it doesn't have as big of a catalog. It's all of the EA catalog. So you got your Mass Effects, your Dragon Ages, your BioWare games that are great. But like not all of EA's games are awesome, and you do get access to their newer stuff, and they do put games in there. They make deals the same way Xbox makes deals to get non-EA published games in there, but they're literally all like small 1A indie games that get in there. Every now and then you get like, I remember I played A Plague's Tale: Innocence before it came to Game Pass through Origin Premiere. Every now and then they one up Game Pass, but usually they don't get a lot to it. But I think it's a much better deal than EA EA Access, the EA Play thing. It's they renamed this EA Play, I think. It used to be EA Access.
Slow-mo, since you said it's like basically a mini Game Pass and they do work deals, even though they're like small, single A indie type games or whatnot, maybe behind the scenes, Microsoft and EA are really buddy and they're like working together for these services. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you're doing a little bit of that? Oh, yeah. How do you do that? Oh, you're going to program. All right. I'm going to program it in here. Like, creating like that kind of like partnership behind the scenes, like working on each other's services together. So eventually you can have things like EA Play going into Game Pass and whatnot. You see what I'm saying? Certain perks pop up. That.
I see where you're going. I actually will go a step further. I actually think that in another year or so, EA is just going to integrate or even Origin Premiere into Game Pass or something that. Because I don't think they're making money
they're
off of it.
They're going to do that, Slomo.
Huh?
They're going to do that. They're going to combine everything to EA Play.
Yeah, because it's just like they're not making money. They just put EA Play on Steam. They're trying their best. If it was doing great, they wouldn't have put it on Steam like that. If it was doing great, they wouldn't be making these kind of deals. I think they're trying to find a way to just kind of push it all off to other platforms that get way more traffic than they do. And that way they can try to generate a little bit more revenue out of it. I don't think they're going to be making as many deals. Like the last really good game I saw that wasn't an EA published game that was in Origin Premiere was A Plague's Tale: Innocence. Everything else has been like really, really small games you haven't heard of. And every now and then I try them out. Well, that was pretty interesting, but it wasn't that. There's nothing groundbreaking. They don't get any third-party games the way Game Pass would get like a third-party game that just came out like 4 or 5 months ago.
Like
it was a
no
AAA
Devil
game.
May Cry or
no, they don't get games like that in Origin Premiere, and it's probably
because that has a lot to do with the third-party partnerships. You know what I mean? Like you got to work out with Capcom and Activision and all these other big third parties who, probably ain't gonna really want to work with another third party to
exactly
game on another platform.
Mm-hmm. So it's very different working with EA, who's your main competition, versus a platform holder that you work with all the time, like right. Xbox. Yeah.
Go ahead, Sobo. What were you gonna say, man?
No, I was just going to say, like, I don't think I wonder how EA is handling their EA Play subscriptions on consoles now, especially on Xbox. Now that it's in Game Pass, like if you have Game Pass, like can I can you just cancel this, or are you going to go ahead and cancel that already if you're a subscriber to it that is on console? But then with Origin Premiere, I don't have any information on it. I just kind of feel like it's going away because it's not working. So when that happens, like where they're going with it from here, because clearly hasn't been all that profitable for them.
Yeah. Victor Alstein with the $2 super chat says this could lead to EA buyout if it grows big.
I don't know about that.
EA.
They still rolling in that FIFA and Madden money. They're not going anywhere.
They make
on average.
Madden is still.
Yeah, they make on average like $8 billion a year just off of Ultimate Team microtransactions for FIFA and Madden alone. Not the price of buying the game. The microtransactions for Ultimate Team alone finances all the games that they make on an annual basis. Mm-hmm. Origin Premiere sucking isn't hurting them at all.
No,
it's like
it's not hurting.
No. It's just like, hey, we tried it, we experimented, it didn't work. Let's get rid of it.
Yeah.
This
Real
is
quick,
a-
guys.
While they're
Yeah, that
wiping
actually
their
gotta take off.
tears with $1,000 bill and stuff like that. Like, no
Yeah,
problem. Yeah.
Oh, no,
Hey.
that's why they driving their Thursday Bugatti down the street crying.
Their Thursday Bugatti.
I can't believe that didn't work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to sell my 18th boat. I just can't. I love that boat.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You said you got to roll out.
Yeah, I got to roll. But hey, Xbox, always good talking to you, man.
Always a
And
pleasure, brother.
my brothers on the panel, I love you guys.
Yeah, we're about to
Chat,
wrap
you
up
guys
too.
rock. Thanks for rocking out with us. And I got to crash, man. I'll catch you guys later.
Yeah,
Gotta be
yeah.
up early tomorrow.
Yeah, me too. Man, I got to get going too. But always a pleasure, E. I'll talk
Yep,
to you
yep.
later, man.
All right, guys.
All right, see you.
Peace out, man.
Real quick, guys, before you wrap up, Usman B says EA Play subscribers get their subscription turned to Game Pass Ultimate, according to Major Nelson.
Wow.
Wow,
That's a lot of people.
That's big.
Yo, for anybody who was
Wow.
only on
That's
EA
big.
Play and thought that was
Woo!
cool, they are about to have their mind blown.
That's
when
big.
they look into
That-
Game
Wow.
Pass.
I didn't
I
hear that.
remember the last reported numbers that I heard from EA Play was 3.5 million,
Mm.
and that was before it was put on PlayStation. So that had to have been the bulk of that. Some of that would be because you can get EA Play on PC. It's just that Origin Premiere is just way better. So why would you? But I'm pretty sure they got some people who just got EA Play. It's cheaper. But I wonder, like the vast majority of that 3.5 million is probably Xbox owners, because that was the first place that it was launched at. So yeah, that just boosted Game Pass's sub numbers.
Yeah, wow, that's big. I didn't hear that earlier. I want to look that up too. I'm not saying that Usman is not telling the truth, but I want to.
Nelson posted that earlier. So
Oh, he
like,
did. Okay, so it's true. Okay,
if you have the EA Play or EA Access subscription, whatever time was left on your subscription was converted into Game Pass.
oh, that's huge, man. That's huge.
And
For
they're
Microsoft.
like, yo, we don't have first party games right now, but we'll give you everything else.
Yeah, we'll
Here
give you
go.
everything. No, it's
Everything.
enticing.
We got more than what you had with EA Play.
That's facts. Hey, real quick, guys, I just dropped in celebration of Xbox. I just dropped the Xbox gift code, whatever in the live chat. So
Oh,
have
I'm
at it,
copying and
guys.
pasting right now.
Oh, Xbox. It's
Yeah.
not for
I'm just
guests
messing
or
with you,
panel
bro.
members, sir.
Damn
Real quick, got to find out a super chat from Bounty Boom.
it.
Says I just re-signed up for EA Play, and they sent me an email stating that they're going to refund me my money because I have Game Pass. Oh wow, that's all. I mean, that's dude, that's huge. That's very smart for Microsoft, very savvy on their behalf because
I gotta ask.
yeah, go ahead, man.
The guy who just posted that comment. Why exactly do you continue to subscribe to EA?
Yeah, good question.
You know what I mean? Like those games you could buy for like $5 or less.
Mhm.
Like, why continue to give them the $30 if you're not getting like the games day and date?
Yeah.
That's a great point, B. I mean, I was with you, Slim. I was one of those guys who kept forgetting to cancel my subscription. I'm like, damn, they got me again, and I finally canceled it. But real quick, guys,
canceled mine like sometime last year.
Yeah.
Canceled mine when I signed up for Origin Premiere, which I also canceled because
I tried.
it ran out of games to play. But
Yeah,
I
right.
might sign back up to it. I signed up for Origin Premiere when Jedi Fallen Order came out.
Actually, I did too, man.
And then once I finished playing that, then I played through. I was playing through all of the Dragon Age and Mass Effect games, but then EA put them all on Steam for like super cheap. And then I was like, well, don't have
There
a
you
reason
go.
to stick with Origin Premiere anymore. So
Facts.
canceled that, and I just bought them all for like $5 each off of Steam. So
Nice. Hey, big shout out to Pecan Fusion, who got the $25 Xbox Live gift card, digital gift card.
Nice.
Yeah, Pecan Fusion, congratulations again. Thank you for watching.
Brother,
the show.
I
Thank you
could have
for the
used
support.
that for silver in Destiny 2, man.
Oh
You don't
boy,
even
I knew
know.
it. I knew you were gonna make a Destiny comment. Yeah, but real quick, guys, we do got to wrap up the show. I gotta get to bed and get up early as well. But hey, Xbot, man, great having you on, man. Seriously, had a blast, dude. Please let everyone know where they can find you. Plug your show the next podcast. Thank you again, man. Definitely appreciate having you on.
No doubt, yo. Thank you for having me on, man. It was a lot of fun. You got an awesome panel here, yo. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for putting up with my bull. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but seriously, it was a lot of fun talking with you guys. Hopefully, your fearless leader will have me on again sometime. Unless we gotta wait the same amount of time that we did for this visit from last time. I hope not, though. I hope I can come back again. Shout out to the chat. You guys are savages. Absolutely loved the chat and all the talk that was going on through the show. I do have a YouTube channel. It's called Xbot448. It is the home of the next podcast, which is every Thursday, 7 p.m. And oh my goodness, that's tomorrow. So if some of you guys haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. My channel is Xbot448. Not only that, I have every Sunday at 6 p.m. with my brother Jamie Moran, we do the Series X podcast. It is an all Xbox show. It is Xbox news, Xbox topics, Xbox entertainment. And the thing about it is there's no talk about other platforms on the show or in the chat. We have a completely console war free show every Sunday at 6 p.m. on my channel. Definitely check that out as well.
Awesome. Please, everyone, check out his channel if you haven't done so already. Great content, great shows, and he's also a panel member on Crossfire, which goes live
every Friday.
Nights. Yep, 9 p.m. or I'm not 9 p.m. 7 p.m.
I can't wait till this Friday. I have a feeling me and Mooch are gonna have a couple interactions, man.
Yes, there's gonna be some interactions. Yeah, absolutely. I saw his video about the so great video right there. Yeah, you guys, dude. I'm looking forward to that show, man. It's gonna be a great one. Yeah. Big shout out to B Money 101. B, let everyone know where they can find you, man.
Same name everywhere, man. B Money 101. I'll probably be on 2K if you can't find me on Twitter, or just watching the playoffs, man. We had a double overtime today, man. Going to Game 7 with Boston and Toronto, so I'm looking forward to that.
Wow, it's gonna be huge.
The Clippers are leading Denver right now, so it looks like they might be able to close out the series. Hopefully, if they get this game tonight on the next game.
B, who do you got? LA or Houston?
I mean, Lakers are going to take that series easily.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
But I'm really interested to see Clippers and Lakers go at it in the next round. See who comes out on top. But I don't think any team on the Eastern Conference has enough to beat either of these Lakers or LA teams. So it's going to be one of the teams out west that win it this year.
Just as long as not the Lakers, I'm fine.
I think the Lakers are going to take it, but I think there are a couple teams in the East that could give problems right now. But we'll see, man. I'm glad. I'm glad there's a basketball guy on here. I swear.
There's nobody who can guard Bron, man. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, B. That's true, man. Look, let me tell you, the playoffs have been a blessing, man. They just some semblance of what used to be, with this new normal we're living in right now, the pandemic. So and the playoffs have been great too. So real quick, guys, I do gotta get the super chat before I get to the rest of the outros. Bounty Boom with the $5 super chat. Thank you again. Bounty says, my son only plays sports, especially Madden, and I get it free when the season is over. So thank you.
Yeah, that was probably in regards to the B's question on
B's question. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. And then we have the man of many words or many different sayings or pronunciations of things. Gaming Forte. Forte, sir, always a pleasure.
Super serious, guys.
Please, Forte, what is the name of you and Slow-Mo's podcast again?
DPS Podcast. Check us out every Tuesday. It'll be on Slow-Mo's channel this coming up week at 9 p.m. Rotates each week. Check me out on YouTube, Gaming Forte everywhere, YouTube, Twitter, Xbox Live. Great show, guys. Xbox, you always bring the energy, man. Super appreciate it, man. Outside of that, guys,
we keep going another 3 hours. I'm good. Let's go.
No.
I gotta go to bed, man. I would love to, but I gotta go to bed. Thank you, Forte, man. Always a pleasure. And last but not least, we have Slow-Mo always right. Slow-Mo, let everyone know they can find you, man.
Yo, you can follow me on my own YouTube channel, Slow Mo Backslap, as well as Twitter, same name as well. You can also find me on the Ash and Lucas channel this Saturday, probably around 4 p.m. Eastern, I think. Yeah, 4 p.m. Eastern for the Scumcast. And yeah, great show, guys.
Yeah, that was an awesome show. And Xbot, seriously, man, always a pleasure. We're gonna get you back on again soon. At Xbot, come on, give us a nice little Battletoads outro.
All right. Did the money went through, so we're good. Okay. The transfer is complete. So hold on. Battletoads.
I love it, man. All right, guys. On that note, we are out. Please hit that like button if you haven't done so already, and we'll catch you next week at the same time, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please check out everyone on the panel, and also a big shout out to Eric Jackson, by the way. I had to leave early, but please check everyone out on the Twitters and their YouTube channels as well. We'll catch you guys next time. We're out. Peace.
Subscribe to Forte